Y'all see what it is. It's your boy in the building, B.O.B. Let me stop. How do we do this here? Let's do this here. Let's do the solo layout. Let's get it. B.L.B. in the building. Um, Guys, come on in the room. I need y'all to hit the like buttons because what we got to talk about today is a Passport Bro special. And y'all gonna love it. Please make sure y'all hit the likes. Please make sure y'all tap in. Tap in, just announce you in the building. As usual, we've been doing this shit for years, guys. But as usual, make sure y'all boys tap in. Am I sitting a little too high, a little too low? I took the hat off today because people think I don't got no hair, but I got hair. It's just going away. But we in the building. Salute to SV the God in the building early. Salute to Bruce in the building. That, my friends, I just want y'all to get an idea. Bruce was hard at work on that intro. I think that intro is fire. So that will be the intro for the next year or so. So we'll run that. Maybe every now and again, and I'll get your feedback every now and again. Maybe we'll switch up the music, but they in the building. Salute. Maybe we'll switch up the music a little bit, but I think that the intro's fire. And so we'll put the shades on because we about to cook. And when you cooking, you don't want that to splatter up in your eyes. So come on in congregation. We got 7 people on the live. Please make sure y'all hit the likes. Please subscribe if you didn't subscribe. I was told today. Let me take my shades off for this. Let me put my shades on for this. It's cool though, because it's cool. I was told today, B.O.B. I was told today, and I was told in 2022 the same thing. People don't like you. And I said, let's see. People don't like the B.O.B. That's fine. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just telling you what they said. Cool. People don't like me. Maybe they don't like my demeanor. Maybe they don't. I don't know. They don't like the way I speak. They don't like my size. They don't like, whatever. But here is what I am not. I don't compromise my values and morals for no dollar or nobody. I'm respectful to everybody I meet. Everybody I meet. I never disrespect nobody until they disrespect me. I'm always going to be that guy. Number 3, I don't ever put no 304s above my bros. That never happens. It never will happen. I stand 10 toes down on that. So that means, gentlemen, for everybody that's consuming this content, that whenever you see me, the boy, BLB, Lewis, Jermaine, whatever you want to call me, I will never sacrifice my bros or ever be non-attentive to my bros for no shorty that does not wear my last name. You feel me? Pay attention, guys. I want y'all to hear this again. I'm going to say it again. I will never compromise who I am, how I treat you, how I am with you for no 304s that does not wear my last name, that does not legally have my last name. You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to be 10 toes down. I tell people the truth, the honesty about me. In this space of travel space, in this passport space, there are people that lie to you, that take you for rides, that tell you things that are not true. But I tell you that I'm not perfect. Yes, I kissed the 304 in the mouth before, but I'm not proud of it. I'll tell you these things that I've done before because I've done it and I've learned from it. I'm human. I have weak moments. I fall. I cry. Actually, I'm going to tell y'all something too. 14 people on live. Keep coming in. Before we started this live was scheduled at 7:35. I scheduled it at 7:40 because I just found out some bad news. So before this live started, I was crying. That's a fact. I'm human. And the problem with the space is that a lot of people are not human in this space. A lot of people want to play a position or a role that they're not, which brings me to topic number 1. Topic number 1 is this right here. Guys, can you see this? I just want to know. Let me know if you guys can see this. Brooklyn GQ in the building. You hear me? Brooklyn GQ in the building. Thank you. We here. Oh yeah, come on in. Oh yeah. What peso? What peso used to date? Oh yeah. Yo, we in the building. You see this right here? This is not authentic. This is not real. This is junk. This is junk. Let me blow it up for the people that's watching on their phone. Let's see what we got over here. Now, to be perfectly clear, guys, let me take off the shades for this. I'm not hating on this list. I'm not hating on this list because I'm not on the list. I don't deserve to be anywhere near this list. If there was 1,000 other YouTubers that got 1 follower, they should be higher than me. I'm conceding that. Nor do I expect that. I'm cool. I'm in my lane. I'm cool. You know, guys will take shots. There was some comments, guys. Guys would take shots. Oh, you ain't get. That's fine. That's fine. I'm cool with my ecosystem. The people that are not cool with their ecosystem, they don't do this and they lose the love and the fun out of it. When I don't have fun doing this, fellas, when I don't have fun doing this, that's why you guys don't see videos, because either I'm going through something personally or it's no fun for me. So when I'm here, it's some fun for me. So all that the view shit, that's great, but that brings on another headache. And then you disassociate yourself from the people that really actually got you to that point. And it's, it's cool. Fine. But this list, you feel me? This list is a little, I had to go back to the brown liquor on this tonight, fellas. I had to bring out the brown liquor on this. Aunt Slim said, Rello. Let's break it down, BLB. BLB in the building. Hey, yo, I need y'all to do me the favor. I don't ask y'all for no money. I don't ask for no donations like the other people do. I need y'all to call somebody, tell somebody to tune in, because we're going to go through this list very quickly. And then the next topic, we're going to talk about the head of the topic. I mean, what we're going to talk about what really is going on in this dating space. We're going to talk about what goes on in the 304 space. We're going to talk about what goes on in the dating space, and guys trying to, the things that you need to know, those details, those nagging problems that keep coming up, that maybe the next man did not get that information. I've been doing this for a long time. Unsung hero I might be, because I've been giving guys this math for a long time. And if guys had just tuned into one, I know my lives was a little long sometimes. Just tuned into one, it might have saved you what? Time, emotional stress, and some money. Messing around with the BLB. I'm not gonna curse. We're gonna wait for another 10 minutes before we get greasy. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. Travel Space Wars. Who are the top 10 black travel YouTubers for 2025? Hey guys, can y'all hear me? Can y'all put a one to make sure y'all can hear me? I just want to make sure y'all can hear me, because top 10 black travel YouTubers of 2025. What is the criteria? Ant, you said no, you can't hear me? No? Oh, Ant, damn, come on, Ant. I think, look. Let me just make this clear. Thank you, Ant. Let me just make this clear. The PLPU, I had a personal problem in the PLPU this week. I don't want no smoke. You can bring it if you want to. I don't want no smoke. The dude who I had problems with, I still love him, but I still whoop his ass, and I love him. But I still love him. He's still my homie. If he want to apologize to me, I'll take that. But that's sidebar. That's sidebar. He's still my guy. He's just a little weird. All right, so y'all can hear me. Let's get into this game. First of all, you have to define the fact of travel, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, what is travel? Travel YouTuber. What does a travel YouTuber do? Okay, I'm going to give you an example of a travel YouTuber. And this is very disrespectful to my guy, honestly, because he should have been number one on the list. So this is ridiculous. The list is a farce. You feel me? But let's get into it. Let me see. Where's my guy? Now, I'm not going to give y'all a list of travel YouTubers, but I'm going to tell you who is the number one travel YouTuber in my eyes, right? And I'm pretty much sure that all y'all, I can hear from, sorry. Oh, my bad. Thank you, Ant. So I'm going to show y'all who is who is my travel YouTuber, right? What that say, ladies and gentlemen? What does that say, ladies and gentlemen? Who is this guy? Travel and YouTube. Travel and YouTube. YouTube and travel. Black man that travels. YouTube travel. I'm putting the words. I'm trying to configure these fucking words. I think we can swear. I'm trying to configure these fucking words so motherfuckers can really put it in this proper context. You feel me? Travel, YouTube. Well, he got to be number one. I want y'all guys, if y'all can take a second, if you listening to the BLB right now, I want y'all to put into the chat if you can, or hit me on the WhatsApp and just say, is this guy not a traveler? Is he not on YouTube? Does he not go? He's almost, this guy Sly's life is almost Drew Bensky-like. He's about to LeBron James, Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan of the travel game is Drew Bensky. Hands down, you can't beat it. Not Kirk Cass. Not Kirk Cass. Kirk Cass ain't doing Drew Bensky numbers. Drew Bensky is number one in the travel space around the world. There's nobody else. Let's be clear. My man Sly is about the Drew Bensky as far as countries visited, footage taken. And what is very cool about Sly is that Sly gives you some nuggets of information in these towns, in these cities, in these countries. He gives you information that you can absorb, information that you can apply to when you're traveling. He ain't giving you the Passport Bro application handbook. He's not giving you the BMT application of stay in this area because it's pro-friendly, stay in this area or go to this place because there's 304s. He's not doing that. I think the dumbest thing in the world in this travel space, fellas, the dumbest thing in the world is sending y'all money for information on 304s. I mean, anywhere you go in the world, you can send me to the moon, Mars, Jupiter. You can send me to North Korea. I can get to the 304s with no help. Zero. No help. I don't need no help. Nothing. I need no wingman. I need no MapQuest directions. Y'all remember MapQuest? That's crazy. You don't need no Google, nothing. You can get to the hoes in any country that you travel to without any assistance. But when you're talking about traveling, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about travel. Razor Ray should be ashamed of himself putting this list together. Razor Ray should be ashamed. When you talk about travel, let's check off the list of who's really not traveling. Okay? Because travel means going to different places besides the Chitlin circuit, Thailand, Brazil, DR, Colombia. I'm guilty of Chitlin circuiting it up, but I ain't over here telling people that, yo, I'm traveling. Look. Nah, everybody has been to these places. Jay Measy in the building, salute. Everybody's been to these places. They know I've been to these places. I'm not dumb. If something new happens in those places where I think it could be beneficial to the guys, I'll bring that up. Santa Marta was new for me. I love that. I threw the video out, Santa Marta. I didn't know about it. Didn't hear too many people in Santa Marta, so I put that out. Boom. But travel, these guys are not traveling. Let me take a look at this list. Blasphemous. Is that what Stephen A says? Blasphemous. Yeah. That's a fact. I heard that. John Davies about Kirk Cass. He's from fucking South Africa. So we already know. Guys, I need y'all to put a 1 for yes in the chat or a 2 for no to this following question. What have you learned? Can you say that you've learned details about a country, details of intricate details that will help your travel or help you learn or investigate more things about a country from Austin Holloman? Have you? Just put a 1. If you guys have learned some things from Austin Holloman as far as traveling to different countries and learning their culture, learning their food and cuisines, learning their history, learning, have you ever learned anything? That's about travel. Bruce says no. That's 2 for no. That's traveling. You travel. You're a YouTuber. You document your travels. You also give nuggets. Hey, this, there. I remember back in the day in the early 2000s, and I'm sorry, in 2019, 2018, 2017, around, guys were giving you nuggets. Hey, you go see my man Andres from Andres Dental. He's going to get your teeth fixed. That's a nugget. You go there, stay at this place. This place is calm, it's safe. There's not any much crime. You know what I'm saying? It's strata 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. Like, that's nuggets. What do you get from Austin? And I'm not knocking the brother's channel. He's doing very good numbers. You know what I'm saying? He's good. But you've learned more about Black women in the States than you've learned about safety, about how to do your passport, how to do your visa. You know what I'm saying? How to check into a hotel. Okay, what do's and don'ts are there in this country? You've learned more about that from other people, but you didn't learn that from Austin. So, I mean, is he really a travel YouTuber? No. Austin is a content creator that was a mongerer. He got bludgeoned in Brazil. He got murdered in Brazil, and he had to change the game up. Okay, and now he changed the game up, and now Austin is Senior Chat GPT. You feel me? Senior Chat GPT. You feel me? Nuggets. These are not from experiences. These are not, I'm living these experiences. I'm putting this in there. Hey, what's the tribes like? What, you're in Kenya right now, fella. What's the tribes? What's the tribes of Kenya? How are they divided? What's the characteristics of those tribes? I need to learn that. I've never been to Africa. I'm sitting at home. I've always wanted to go to the motherland, you know what I'm saying? And come there and just, you know, feel like a king for 2 minutes after getting out the airport. And then I want to learn about the tribes. You know, I want to understand why our US dollars go to some of these countries' wars and understand why they fighting these wars. Or why did our US dollar stop going to these countries to try to stop these wars? Because they've been fighting for a long time, but the US don't care about it. Let's find out about the tribal, you know, problem. You see, the reason why you can't overthrow the leadership in Iran because there's 50 million different tribes and it'd be civil war every day. We need to learn about that in Africa. We haven't learned that from Austin. How the fuck can he be number one? Help me understand that, Razor Rays. You must have had too many fucking Coors Lights. Let's continue on. Check and effect. Check and effect. Check and effect and Ace Live. And I say that because technically Check and Effect and Ace Live were competing with each other. All these other motherfuckers in the travel game ain't competing with Check and Effect and Ace Live. Sly is above them. Sly's number one. Sly's number one in the travel space. Ace and Check are competing for each other or competing for the space for a while, right? Ace fell off because Check and Effect offered to shoot the fair ones with him. What they call it in the West Coast, shoot the fade. I need a fade, homie. I need the fade, homie. And Ace never took the fade. But Ace had things to say, throwing shots at Check and all that. Cool. That's the background. That's the background dirty part. On camera, Ace and Check are in their own lanes. You know? They're in their own lanes. A lot of the guys that are on this list, if not all, came under those umbrellas of Check and Ace, because some of these Negroes didn't know it was cool to go over there until they seen Check and Ace do that. So you got to put some respect on their name. And they give you information. They give you gems. Ace did a fucking video about how much this money will go. How long, right? You started to understand real world practical information in real time of how much money will go when you're in these countries, so that guys can actually budget their money a little bit better and understand that, whoa, I don't have to wait a year and a half to take this vacation. I could go right now. It's not that expensive and I can enjoy myself. You know how many people in my family say, yo, I got to save up to go here. I'm like, it's not that expensive. It really isn't. You just got back from Miami. That costs more than the flight and the Airbnb and the stuff that you would buy in such and such country. So, you know what I mean? Ace was giving you them gems. Ace was giving you them nuggets, taking you to places. Ace was the first to introduce you to the Afro Colombians, right? As far as I know. So you got to put some respect on his name. Check, you got to put some respect on his name. Check was in these streets, rolling from state to state, dolo. That's my bro. He's doing what he does, and he's giving you nuggets and information too. And he talks to you, and he makes you understand that if you have some shyness or you have some type of apprehension to talk to people when you're abroad, Check actually interacts with the people, and he shows and puts he puts the humanization of the people in these countries, because Nicaragua wasn't rocking with our government, right? The United States, we had some issues with Nicaragua. They stopped flights from going over there, all types of shit, right? But I got to go over there to Nicaragua and actually interact with the people. Sly went to Russia and got to interact with the people. What you hear on TV, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't always the truth. With these guys with boots on the ground, you can get real information from. But you can't get information from Austin Holloman talking about black women ain't shit, that they box stink. What did he say? He said they box stink in South America. But this is his content. He's 22 years old and he's number one. You got to be fucking kidding me. BLB's in the building. This is when the preacher you dig? Guys, follow me. International Zoe. I met Zoe 2021, 2022. Zoe rubbed me the wrong way one day because I didn't really understand what he was doing, but he rubbed me the wrong way because he came into the spot we was at. The first night he came in, he said, "What's up? We cool." The second night he came in, he said nothing to nobody. He was on a mission. He was on a mission to find somebody to put on. Now, what's funny is the girl, I at that time, if anybody knows me, Bruce knows me, Dutchie knows me, Check knows me, all these people know me, and they've seen me in Parqueyetas, right? They know that I don't play the program like that, right? Have I? Yes, but I don't play the program like that, right? But this particular club that we used to go to played American music. We was in there three times a week. We was in there heavy. So I knew these 304s by name. I knew them. Like, yo, what up? Yo, what's up? We're good. Sit at the table. You know how they do. They see you. They think you, they think you're going to go and spend some bread. They sit at the table. Can I get a drink? Cool. Matter of fact, one of them did a live with me. Bruce was in my apartment. Dutchie was in my apartment. Was it Dutchie? I think Dutchie and Travelversity. I think them three was in my apartment when I did a live with one of those 304s, right? But I never did anything with them. And what the stigma I used to get is a lot of the girls, right? They used to be talking to me. It was like, "Oh yeah, you always in here, you buying all." I'm like, "Yo, I said, you can't name any of your friends or any of their friends, anybody in this building, anybody in this park that I've been with, because I was knocking down regular joints on a daily basis." Bruce knows that. My homeboy Marvin knows that. Me and Marvin, we'll tell a story. We ain't gonna tell a story about Marvin, but I did have a 304 with Marvin. But I'm knocking down 304s. I'm knocking down regular joints, on a daily basis. Cool. That's just my experience. But I never knocked down these joints. So anyways, Barber World comes in. And I know the shorties that he talks to a shorty. I think he gets up out of there. And I think from what I've seen, I don't know if she ended up going with him right at that moment. But shorty left out. A couple days later or a week later, I looked at his channel and he's interviewing this same girl. Same girl. Okay, fast forward. You go to Hollywood Beach. Hollywood Beach. He's famous there. Well, famous around some people that be there. People say Hollywood Beach, you see some immaculately beautiful food, as Big J would say. Some good food there. He's got a very Barber's World got a very I'm gonna give him credit. He has a very keen eye for he's got a very good eye for some joints. I'm not gonna lie to you. He got some baddies on his joint, but those baddies got a price. You gotta put the city on there. You gotta put the city on the map, fellas. Those baddies are all 100% 304s. So you mean to tell me International Zoe is number 4 for being international hoe or international trick? He's number 4 on this list for being international trick, for showing you guys nothing but pros. There's no travel in there. I think he went to Europe and he couldn't pull those shenanigans in Europe. And his channel was eating bratwurst and drinking beer. You can't pull those games in Europe. You feel me? Because those women probably make more money. They make good money. It's the first world countries. Can't do that. You do that with the third worlders, son. You hear me, son? That's what he did. So, okay. There's nothing that he does that's travel. You go to a place, you find some hoes, you have a good time, party, go to the club. That's not traveling, bro. That's not traveling. That is sexual tourism. Let's be clear, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing wrong with sexual tourism in my eyes as long as you're doing it legally within the confines of the country that you in, fam, or the country that you came from. You feel me? Because there are laws in the United States that if you go do some things over there, you probably will go to jail when you get back here. That's true. But if you're legally doing some things, Gil, aka MMA fan in the building, salute to the bro. If you're legally doing some things in the building, cool. No problem. But that's not traveling. That's sexual tourism. Let's separate black travel YouTuber from black mongerer, aka sexual tourist. Let's separate that. You can't put Check and Ace in the same category as these niggas that are traveling for ass. Let's be clear. This is what the Passport Bro system has failed at. Bruce, I hope you're happy. Bruce got me talking about Passport Bros. I really didn't want to. This is what a lot of the Passport Bro dudes is cool. If I'm traveling and I happen to get some cheeks, cool, great. It's a win. Just like if I just went to St. Louis. Went to St. Louis, cool. Went to St. Louis, was happy to get some cheeks. If it don't happen, cool. Either way, I learned some shit about St. Louis that I never would have learned. I never would have learned it if I wasn't there, boots on grounds. And I would love to share some shit about St. Louis. St. Louis is a place that's prime for a come up. If people can go in St. Louis and invest, people will move back there, tech companies, all this. But right now, St. Louis is fucked up. They fucked up. You hear me? That city's fucked up. It's really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it's prime. There's a lot of black history. It is a part of the Underground Railroad system that was way back in the day. Did y'all know that? Those is called information. Putting a bitch on my channel so that y'all can enjoy how she look is not travel, gang. So we gotta go through this list. This is the rebuttal. If I'm lying, guys, I need a break. If I'm lying, please somebody put in the chat, B.O.B. you lying. Cap. Put the caps in the chat, guys. Put the caps in the cap. Okay, Barber's World do have a lot of tourist attraction videos. People might not watch them. Now that, I don't know. You hear me? Yo, Brian, I appreciate that. You know why I appreciate that, Brian? I appreciate that because of this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't watch his content. The content that I did used to watch, it was the same program. So I stopped watching it. And then I was interested at the Europe stuff. So if he does, I didn't see it, and it doesn't get the vibes. Like you said, it doesn't get the vibes. The joints, the shorties get the vibes. So cool. Barber's World may have them. But Ace and Check, out of here. Sly, out of here. They top notch. That's real travel. What Barber's World do ain't real traveling. I mean, we'll change subject. I don't want to continue on Barber's World because people get mad when I talk about the Messiah. You feel me? So I don't want to do that there. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me get out of here. Who was next on the list? Next on the list, I don't even know. Marwa. I don't watch Marwa's content, brother. I don't watch Marwa's content, and that's not because Marwa is bad or anything. I just don't watch Marwa's content, bro. I don't watch his content. I really don't. So I don't know. I seen one video, he was crying over a girl or something like that. Who made this list to begin? Yo, bro. What's good, y'all? What's good, Andre? Salute to the boys in the building. Salute that's coming in. Boots on the ground. Boots on ground. I don't know who made this list. But I hope it wasn't Razor Rays. And I'm not calling you out for this list, Razor Rays. If you made it, I'm calling you out for this list. If you didn't, excuse me. I'll be clear. Excuse me. But if you made it, I'm tapping your fucking chin because this is disrespectful. Let's see. Marwa, I don't know too much about Walmart. KBS Travel, I don't know who the fuck that is. Somebody fill me in on KBS Travel. No disrespect. I just don't know who it is. Bruce said he did. Travelversity. I'm not even going to say nothing about Travelversity. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to. Look, guys. I got to tell you, I'm taking the hat off again on this. I'm not going to say nothing about Travelversity. BLB will not do that. You will not have me say nothing about that. You will not do it. Okay? You will not. That's the homie. All right? Him and his 304, his wife, bro. Stop it. Y'all stop it. Y'all want me to say something to him, huh? Y'all want me to say something about him because he's on the list. He didn't ask to be on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on him. You feel me? He's on the list. All right? I didn't say, look. You're not going to get me to mention the fact. Y'all not going to get me. Look, guys. Now, in all seriousness, y'all not going to get me to mention the fact that his travel channel is propped up by a 304 Korn, Korn star. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk about my bro like that. I'm not going to do it. All right? So if that's what y'all tuned in for, that's not going to happen here, bro. That's not going to happen here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lucky. You feel me? AVN. Yo, I'm not going to even mention the fact. I'm not going to mention it. Y'all can Google this or look it up. I'm not going to mention the Thailand AVN award winning. I'm not going to do that. Don't come here for that. Y'all just want the drama. I'm not going to do that, guys. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, guys. I'm not going to do that. Y'all just want to know. Y'all just want to know. Y'all just want to know she won the award for colonizer drips. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, guys. That's not going to happen. QT in the building, salute. Brooklyn GQ, salute. Guys, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And I'm not even going to mention the fact that I told him, yo, bro, you shouldn't do that. And then he said, yo, it don't matter, son. I didn't even know. I didn't. How you didn't know? I'm not going to mention that. I'm not going to mention the fact that his travel channel is about cheeks. I'm not going to mention the fact that his channel is not even his channel because his channel without Lucky is not a channel. I'm not going to mention that. But if y'all want to, look, guys, I'm going to level with you. If you came here to see me say those things, I'm not going to say them. I promise you. That's not going to happen, gang. It's not going to happen. You feel me? So let's just change the subject. You know what I'm saying? Let's change the subject on my guy. You heard? Let that man live. Happy Father's Day, nigga. Who's next on the list? Who we got on the list? I'm tripping. In the streets with Keith. I don't know Keith. I never met Keith. Keith came up under the umbrella that I should have met Keith, but I haven't met Keith. But Keith is another guy that does 304 content. That ain't traveling. Keith does 304 content. Linked up with a baddie in Panama. Didn't know that she was this. Clap the cheeks. That Panama joint was a baddie, though. Shout out to Keith for that. That was a baddie. Met her in the mall. She was, you know what I'm saying? That's 304 content. That is a section. So we got one. So Austin Harleman started out as a sexual tourist too. Ace and Check were traveling, showing people the real streets, showing you the actual activity that's going on. International Joe, Zoe, International Trick. He's definitely a sexual tourist. Okay. I am Marwa. I don't know too much about I am Marwa. KBS Travels. I don't know anything about KBS Travels. I don't watch their content. It doesn't even come on my algorithm. So I don't know who he is. I'm not saying that he's not somebody. I'm saying I don't know who he is. My viewing pleasure is eclectic, family. Zoom to Thailand. Guys, he's the OG in the game. You know, shout out to him. He was in one of my favorite movies. I didn't even realize that. But he got a shorty out of a massage parlor. And he throws boat parties with 304s. Is that tourism? Is that travel? Or is that sexual tourism? We'll put him on the fence. And then he got body slammed by the dude. Man, that was terrible. That was wild work. Homie body slammed him. And they was fighting over what? They was fighting over the massage parlor girl. Wild work. I'm sensing a theme in Thailand. I'm sensing a theme where a lot of guys is wifing some unsavory characters. You hear me? I don't know what it is in the water. What are they? Watch out for the bottled water, bro, in Thailand, because you'll either end up with a lady, you'll end up with a former AVN corn star member, bro. That's what's happening over there. People gonna get mad at me today, but I don't give a fuck. Tell me that. Drees in the building, salute. Shout out to Drees. I gotta talk to Drees, man. I haven't talked to Drees in a minute. You dig? Yo, I want to give a special shout out by way of Jamaica to my homegirl, Bianca. That's my homegirl. Shout out. I do have some international people fucking with me. So shout out to Bianca in the building. But I Zoom to Thailand. Are we kidding? Travel? What the fuck is the travel? He showed you some shit about Thailand, but you know, guys they zone that shit out, and then they just let's go to the boat party with a whole bunch of. Here's the thing: if travel for you guys consists of a boat party with a bunch of 304s, hold on, it consists of a travel with a bunch of 304s, then that's crazy. That's not traveling. And then the ultimate disrespect on this list. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Drum roll. The ultimate disrespect to this fucking travel space on this list, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let me take off my shades for this. This is some bullshit. Zoom is not a traveler. He lives in Thailand. Thank you, Jay Mitch. Salute to the big brother in the building, Jay Mitch, my guy. Yo, I don't understand. I don't think you guys understand. There's certain people in this world that I told y'all this before. Y'all don't believe that I respect and I listen to. Now, Jay Mitch, he can cuss me out and all that. He checks me, and I love that. I respect that. He's the big bro. The big bro just spoke. Zoom to Thailand is not a traveler. Zoom to Thailand is not a traveler. He stays in Thailand. He does have does he have travel content? Really? I'm not sure about that. So that's that comment right there. But we're talking about this list, ladies and gentlemen. The top 10 list. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Are you shitting in a box and telling me that's fucking orange chicken? Is this is y'all hoodwinking the fuck out of me? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Listen, for everybody that's watching this and that's gonna go, all the trolls that are gonna, or not trolls, all the spies, because we got a gang of spies nowadays that's gonna go back and tell these guys, yo, BLB, you know, BLB said this about you, BLB said this. Here's what it is. I'm never gonna take away your title of being a 304 professional. All right. Being there was an app called Friend Finder, guys. Let me see. Let me do solo layout. Let's get back. There was an app called Friend Finder. Friendfinder.com. This is Hole Finder. All right. These guys on this list are Hole Finders, and their names are as follows: International Trick, Zoomy Zoom, Travelversity, Keys, and damn sure Jay Rillo. I mean, how How in Jesus' good name? I'm a Christian too. You feel me? I'm Christian. I'm Christianed up, baby. I'm Christian. How in Jesus' good name do you put Jet Rillo on the list? The same dude that had a live saying, I just need one more mango. Send me money. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all got me. Y'all, somebody, give me a second to breathe, man. Y'all out your fucking mind. Y'all are out your rabbit ass mind to think this list is Razor Rays. You, if this is your list, we got to talk. Hit me on the backside because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You hear me? This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. You got the 304 hunters on this motherfucking top 10 list, and you call them travelers. Are you out your goddamn mind? You hear me? And you put the king of black women slander at number one. Then this nigga, this mother, listen, he said this, ladies and gentlemen. He said that South American women have better smelling boxes than American black women. Here's what he said, right? And I always wanted to ask, like, guys, like, listen, gang, what women, you from Houston or wherever the hell you, Georgia, where the hell you from? Houston or Texas, or where the fuck you from? What women you dealing with, fam? Look, I'm gonna give you some advice. You know what I'm saying? You just you throw the digit down there, and then you come up. You know what I'm saying? Wiping. You hear me? Dre's in the building. Hold on, let me get out of this solo layout. Oh, he stepped out. Get back in the building, brother. You got to do this here before you go down there and put your mouth on it. You feel me? All right? That's what you got to do. Now, I've definitely had some situations where I fucked up overseas and in the country. I mean, it's not about a country. It's not about a place that women have these issues. It's everywhere. It depends on how the woman is taking care of herself, or maybe she just got off of her cycle. There's a whole bunch of factors that are involved with that. But for you to come on the internet and talk about bad box, come on, man. I mean, damn, your mother, all right, your mother to some dude that you don't know that was cracking her for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That could be possibly your dad. I'm throwing shots. I know I'm bugging. Sorry. I'm just aggravated. But she might have smelly box to other dudes. You got to be careful about that, bro. You got to be careful. You dig? You got to be careful. You got to be careful. You just got to be careful. You got to be careful. Hold up. Hold on. Okay. Boy, Drees is gonna step in the building too. You feel me? Look, it's nothing. I'm not condemning guys. This mongering shit or this the ST. Let's say ST. I don't know how YouTube's gonna take this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they're gonna take this, but ST's cool if it's legal and everything's legal. But let's just call a spade a spade. There's a list of 10, and there's really 1, 2, 3, 4 and the possible real travelers out of that 5. It's like Ray's threw around the chitlin circuit niggas just to make them cool. We ain't doing that here. BLB channel, we ain't doing that. We're gonna call a spade, even if the spade is me. You feel me? We're gonna call a spade a spade. Sly, my man said, hold on. Yeah, Sly, Ace, Check are really good for everyday life videos. You know what I'm saying? Just getting to know the whole city, like getting familiar, understanding that it's your boots on ground and this is the store and this is what it is. This is how much it costs. This is the food that you might eat. Oh, there's some joints over there. Damn, the girls is bad in that neighborhood. Things like that. Like, Yeah, every day, I'm going to a restaurant, sit down. This cost me $2. I didn't understand. I didn't believe it, but it's $2. I had all this for $2. You're getting that from Ace. You're getting that from Sly. You're getting that from Checo and Afeco. You feel me? You're getting that from the gang. But the rest of those guys, even if International Trick was doing that before, I don't get it now. I don't get it now. Tell him to call him on my phone if he mad. We'll talk. I'll apologize. KBS is a creep camera. That's probably why I don't know him. KBS travels as a creep camera. I don't know him. I don't know. I don't watch that content, bro. I'm not. I told homeboy, I was talking to Bianca today, right? I was talking to Bianca today, and I was like, maybe I'm too arrogant, but I'm not a bragger. I'm going to brag a little bit today. I crack regular cheeks. I don't really crack a lot of 304s, right? So I don't understand that life too much. And people used to try to teach me that life when I was in Medellin. Shout out to Sweet Georgia Cafe. One of my homies was like, yo, all bitches cost, all women cost, all that game. I'm like, it's ways to the game. We're gonna get to the ways to the game next. Stay tuned. We're gonna get to ways to the game of you to get to where you need to be, and how I was successful. Ugly nigga, ugly dude. I'm a little chubby, or I was back then. I'm slimmed down now, but I was a little chubby back then, little belly. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you a story. Check and Effect was like, bro. My first time in Medellin, Check was like, bro, you need to do some sit-ups or something. Check looked at, I swear to God, let me show y'all what a Check face looked like. Let me show you what Check face looked like. Check was like, yo, bro, you need to do some sit-ups, bro. You need to eat better, bro. You looking crazy, bro. And I said, yeah, Check, man, I'm chilling. Man, when you're a former athlete, bro, you like, I'm retired, right? So cool. I didn't really realize that health is really wealth. So I'm trying to get better. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get better. Cut down on the brown liquor, all that. Like we in shape. We right now, I kid you not, we are 25 pounds off fighting weight. Now I'm coming down from 330, right? Fighting weight's about 265. Right, 265. You know what I mean? 265, 270. That's why I feel comfortable around it. We close. We getting it. Right. So I wasn't healthy. So Check used to tell me, yo, fat boy, chill. And as I look back at those pictures, and my brother too, my brother was always, as I look back at those pictures, I'm like, damn, son. Imagine at the things that I was doing in them streets, which is verified and certified by other people, not me. The things I was doing in them streets. Can you imagine what it would be if I was a little bit, you know what I'm saying, in shape? You know what I'm saying? After boxing, after basketball, I just retired. So anyways, I was in them streets. I was doing what they were saying they was doing and showing the way. Now, where I failed at, because game is real, where I failed at is actually finding, I guess I found some women that definitely could be wifey material, but there was some things, some deal breakers that I could not tolerate. For instance, I was dating a girl back in 2021, 2022, and I found out that she was a former 304. You feel me? She was heavy in them streets. You feel me? Club Gustos in Medellin. She was in there. Seasonal numbers. I actually asked her how many, like, what's the numbers? Like, what was you doing? She said, I said to her, I was like, yo, I know you lied to me. I found out finally. I said, I know you lied to me. And she said, when I asked, I said, well, how many glizzies did you take? How many glizzies did you take? I asked her. And she said, que sé yo, right? In Spanish, que sé yo. Or you said, que sé yo, right? Que sé yo. Who knows? Or I don't know. Who knows, right? So she said that. And I was cool. Like maybe somebody's traumatized mentally, right, guys? And you don't want to remember that. Fine. But what she said directly after that is what sealed the deal on me and her relationship. She was with me every day. Beautiful girl, slim joint. She ain't BBL'd up. She's just solid, right? Cool, personable, cool. What she said next was what sealed the deal for her. She said, I worked for 2 years. Or no, she said, I worked for 6 months. I had about 2 or 3 dudes a day for 6 months. This is what she said. And I got past the first week and the calculations, the calculator said error. And that was it. Had to get up out of there. I made phone calls to the guys I respect. Shout out to the cowboy. I made phone calls to the guys that I respect, and I said, yo, man, I'm in too deep with this joint, and I found out this over there. I was like, man, it's a tough decision. And ultimately, they all told me, man, you got to do what you got to do. And I ended up, my decision was already there. I was trying to find, I guess, because I was really trying to find something to say, go ahead, right? Go ahead, like the Trey Songz, right? Go ahead, fuck me like you know somebody. I was trying to find some way for them to give me the go ahead, like, yo, don't sweat that young blood. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for that, but in my mind would not let it ride. So I had to let her go. So, you know, the second time that I let somebody get close to me was a doctor in Ecuador. The doctor in Ecuador, as everybody knows, the doctor in Ecuador, as everybody knows, beautiful woman, doctor, own house, own car, don't beg. Just wanted to meet a good dude, wasn't sweating me. Why I bowed out of that is because she had a child that had special needs, and I knew that was not. I wasn't that. He was probably like 10 years old, 10 years old, and that's a responsibility. That's a responsibility to take care of. And I'm not throwing no shade. This is no shade. This is just real. Don't get into something if you can't handle it. And I'm not going to waste her time and be like, yeah, I'm in her life. And then boom, I'm just like, I can't handle it. I didn't want to do it to her. I didn't want to do it to those children. So I said, I backed away. She was bad, bro. Yo, she was bad. She was a baddie. I was feeling her vibes, bro. I was feeling her energy, like finishing each other's sentences, bro. Just it felt good. She's a doctor, not a nurse's aide, not a nurse, not an aide. She's a goddamn doctor. That's my history. So the 304 situation, yeah, it's there. I mean, you bite off the mango every now and again. Yeah, but that wasn't my game. I was definitely knocking down a lot of joints. Let me bring to the game an old friend. Matter of fact, let me give you this introduction. This ninja right here, right? This is probably the biggest, and still to this day, it's never been done. You feel me? It has never been done. The YouTube creator meetup has never been as big as we did in 2020 when COVID first hit. Planes stopped traveling. Then they started again, and then we was out of there. We was in them streets, cameras everywhere. This dude was out there. So let me bring the boy in the building. What's up, brother?
What's going on, people? What's going on, everybody? Dree is in the building. Dree back in the building, rather. You know how y'all doing today? Y'all can hear me well?
Yes, sir. What's pop? Remember 2020? 2020 was crazy.
Oh, yeah. but I have been a part of big meetups. Like, shout out to WTU. You know, we used to do our thing in Medellin, but I decided to stop coordinating that because the whole vibe of people there just happened to change. But it was a pretty nice time that we had being guinea pigs out there in DR in 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
That's what we call it. You know, guinea pig. When you the first one to go to a country that opened up first or some shit like that, you the guinea pig. See, I didn't mind that because I knew I was gonna be safe. I got this nigga here 6'3", you know.
Hold on, 6'6",
you know, check big motherfucker, this motherfucker at the gym, and you know, and none of that worked, I can run. So, you know, it was a nice time that we had over there in DR at that time. And
Richie Rich was with us, right?
Nah, that wasn't Richie Rich. That was O-Dub.
O-Dub and Prestige. That's right, Prestige.
Yeah. I don't know what Prestige at, dude. I ain't seen it talk to him in a while.
Yeah, he switched up on us. He did some weird shit in Medellin that me and Check didn't really respect, but it ain't nothing crazy. He just was moving the way he was moving.
Hey, well, he was all right with me. You know,
He had a good time.
Me no wrong.
But Drees,
yeah,
did you see that travel list, fam?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I seen Razor Ray's face on it. I screenshotted the shit and I sent the Razor Ray. I said, "Nigga, you made this." You know what I'm saying? That nigga, if he made that.
So he really did make it. His hands is on it.
Well, he ain't answered back yet. I was texting him before I got on here because you know a lot of people, you know, I mean, I get it. YouTube is broadcast yourself, but when you paint with broad brushes like that, a lot of people are making these lists based off of what they see or what they think. You know.
Yeah,
and
I'm not.
Group of travelers that Razor
no
Rays may know might be different from the group of travelers that you may know. So I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of niggas on that list. You were like, who the fuck them is? You know.
I just take the word travel, right? I take the word travel. Just because you travel, you're at, and most of those guys, those other 4 or 5 guys on that list that I didn't give any respect to or didn't put anywhere near a list of mine, is because they just continuously travel basically to the same places and do the same shit. And I got nothing from their channel where I'm like, I just learned something. Like Travelversity, I learned that his chick got cheeks. Let me take that back. I'll take something back. And again, I'm not talking about this guy. Y'all guys is gonna if y'all looking for me to talk about him, I'm not. We learned that he upgraded her she got some D. He threw some D's on that bitch. That's all I learned from his channel. I ain't learned nothing.
No. Where this person from?
Thailand.
Well, you better watch how you throw around them D's then.
He threw some D's on her. You hear me?
Well, I guess you didn't catch it. You ain't catch it.
What you mean? Oh yeah, I got it.
Why they ain't throw around them D's out there now?
Yeah. Be careful of them glizzies.
Oh, bro. That's why I'm scared to go to that bullshit.
Yeah. It's wild work out here. But I just didn't respect the list. And I think that's what's wrong in this black travel space. Because if you take a look at that list, right? Cool. People gonna monger. There is a space in some of these countries. There's a red light district in most countries, right? That's there. It's easy to find. You can just ask, it's easy to find. Oh, you're American? Okay, cool. But when you say top 10 black YouTubers, right? And then you put top 10 black YouTubers, and then you put all the mongerers, you know what I'm saying, or all the guys that is doing ST work, sexual tourism work, like that makes us look crazy. Like if you're gonna do a prestigious list that's talking about the black traveler, put people on the list that actually travels, so that the stigma of black people are not carried in every lane. Like, okay, we have definitely partaken in the Mango game. True or false, right? Cool. But don't put me, if I'm a Mango content, don't put me as a traveler, because I'm not showing y'all travel shit. I'm not showing y'all the volcanoes of Nicaragua. I'm not showing y'all the black tribes of Honduras. I'm not showing y'all the black people in Mexico. I'm not showing y'all anything, you feel me, that has to do with, which one you want? This one or the other one? You want the other one?
You getting the echo, dude?
Now I do, yeah.
Shit, I'm getting one.
No, that's cool. But I'm not showing y'all, you know what I'm saying, the cheaper tourist resorts. I'm not showing y'all these things if my whole content is just 304 base, then how do you have the title, or how do you have black top 10 black travel space, right? So what you're saying to the world is, what you're saying to the world with that list is, and let me bring up that list again. What you're saying to the world of that, hold on, there we go. What you're saying to the world of this list here, you feel me, is you're saying that this list encompasses that black people who are the top 10 black travel YouTubers, that the top 10 black travel YouTubers are all mongers. We're all mongers. There's another, hold on. There's another black YouTuber. Guys, I need y'all to help me. I need y'all help. I'm begging the chat right now for y'all help. There's another black travel YouTuber, gang. It's a black guy. I think he gotta be Caribbean or African. Dark-skinned brother, tall. He be all over the place. That guy be, you know, oh man, what the hell is his name, man? He looks a little bit like Anton Daniels, but taller. That dude, oh, why ain't he on this list? Why ain't he on this list? Why ain't he on this list? He got the Caribbean vibe. He shows real estate. His last thumbnail, Black Man Travel. Is that it? His last thumbnail was of a place that I think he bought. Let me look it up. Black Man Travel. That's how bad. No, it's not him. It's not him. It's not him. I know who I know this guy. It's not him. It's another dude. It's another dude. This guy. Shout out to
Passport Heavy, man.
Is that his name? Let me look at it. This guy, Black Man Travels, though, he be everywhere. This dude was with the Taliban. You feel me? Black Man Travel was sitting with the damn the Taliban. Can International Zoe sit with the Taliban? Austin Holloman sit with the Taliban? Huh? Can Travelversity and Lucky's Cheeks sit with the Taliban? I think not. I think not. Let me see. They said, let me see what they said. They said Passport Heavy. Let me see if this is the guy. Passport Heavy.
Because Passport Heavy, that's he doing.
That's him. That's my guy. That's my guy.
Little movies in this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's my guy right here, guy. That's
and it's so much deeper. Music. It's like a lot of people introduction to Ghana and a lot of times Africa, and so music brings people together. But when people come, they're like, yo, I want to come back and explore more. I want to invest. And so what Afrofuture is to me is an introduction into Ghana.
Well, you know what else is an introduction? Your videos.
Man,
when you're able to
is?
put it out and you travel around the continent of Africa, especially Ghana. Now let me ask you, what inspired you to do that?
I'm Nigerian, so I'm Nigerian, and I wanted to see other.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna leave that there. Passport Heavy, right? Passport. We got Passport Heavy. We got Black Man Travel. We got guys that's actually doing some bona fide traveling. But that list consists of consists of sexual tourist captains. Like if you do a list of sexual tourists and you put those guys on the sexual tourist list, that's a great list. Fantastic. Phenomenal. You hear me? But if you're going to say black men that travel, first of all, raise. Come to the congregation. I need you to delete the word black because we don't all do that. We ain't all on that list. So get the fuck out of here. With black.
Leave my man alone. Leave my man alone.
Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. I'm going to tell you this. Don't put black into that. Because you're making other people think that we do that. Because when they go to that list and dig into the content of these people, they're going to see a similar element. And this is what we're trying to remove ourselves. If I look. Me and Drees, we travel. We do what the fuck we do. Do we want what would we do? So me and you go somewhere, right? Do we need the country of Brazil and the social media of Brazil on our ass, looking at our content, criticizing our content, talking to officials to get us out of the country? Do we need that? No. We need to be able to move quietly, safely, and enjoy ourselves and get the fuck up out of Dodge. But these other Negroes, they do different things. So you can't say black, because I just named a whole bunch of niggas, a whole bunch of black guys, excuse my language. It's the brown liquor. Whole bunch of guys that have great travel content that is not on that list. Are you out your goddamn mind, man? You need to delete that list. You need to do a 2.0 to that, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that list, man. You got what's that? What did Hillary Clinton say about Trump? The desirables, that MAGAs,
I can't hear. I'm working on my headset right now. Something happened with my
Nah, go ahead, take care of what you got to do. We here. We gonna have patience with you. You know you my peoples. The undesirables. He made a list of undesirables and a couple sprinkling a couple of travelers. It's wild work. Wild work. Let me read these comments before we get started, because we got to get to the love. We got to get to the love. Let me see what the boys are saying. I don't mind. I would appreciate a good sexual tourism traveler YouTuber list. Like, I would appreciate that. You know what I mean? They tell you to go to the red door, the blue door, like, you know what I mean? The guys like that, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's cool. That's their list. But don't put travel and say black traveler, because that's just disrespectful. And that's why we have the stigma that we have. That's why sometimes it makes it hard for guys to meet genuine relationships in some of these countries, because they
come back.
All right. Because they asked you originally if you're a passport bro or not. I've been asked so many times if I'm a passport bro, because I'm outside the country and I'm in their country, and I, you know what I'm saying? Are you a passport bro? Nah. I'm just a ninja that travels, that enjoys my time with extended stays in this country. I'm here. Those planes leave. Those people hop on the plane. They get there. They hop back on the plane and get out, and I'm still there. So it is what it is. So let's get to these comments, guys. Thank you guys for your comments. I'm gonna get in here. I think we did. Oh man, he lucky. Yo, he lucky. Let me stop. We ain't gonna talk. Y'all stay in the building, because we're gonna get nice. Austin smashed. Oh my god, I didn't know that. That's a lot. All right. Wow. Claim. Yeah. Oh man, QT. Oh man, QT. Oh man. Tell me it ain't true. Oh man. Cheeks. Let me see. Checks need to be taken off the list. He be creep camming. Check don't creep cam. At least I don't think he creep cams. I mean, everybody has their opinion. I don't think Check creep cam. J Mitch, KBS Traveler is a creep cammer. Yes. From what people say, I haven't seen his video, so I can't say yes. Let me take that back. I don't know. I don't know. So I have to take y'all word for it. Zoom is not. Yep, we read that. Should be a top 10 passport bro list. No. Let me see. BMT, top 10 passport bro. BMT, Austin Travel University, QB. Oh, man. Homie Hub. Oh, man. Real 06. That's wild. That would be a list. That would be a list for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That would be a list for that. You know what I'm saying? Bruce, you on it today, bro. That boy Rillo done got stranded like 3 times and three countries. He got stranded like 3 countries. It's wild work. And this is a top 10 traveler. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you guys fucking kidding me? Send the link to the video to some people. They need to come in. We need to see record-breaking numbers tonight. And the reason why we need to say record breakers, because like every other time that we touch this live, we're telling the truth. And guys don't like it. It rubs it the wrong way. I don't like his delivery. I don't like that he says the word nigga. I'm from Boston. We say nigga. I'm sorry. I wish the word didn't exist, but it does exist. So let me just, it's cool. Let's see. The list. Yep. Seeing that. I ran into stank box everywhere I've traveled. I've ran into stank box everywhere I've traveled. I mean, hey, Drees, have you ever had some stank box in the States?
Yeah.
Have you ever had some stank box overseas?
Not really.
I have. So I can say I ran into some stank box overseas.
I mean, you can hear now that's more prominent here. Yeah, I ain't worried about that over there.
I don't believe that. This country has 333 give or take million people in this country, right? I can't say that stank box exists in the United States versus those other countries. Because here's what I tell you. If you run into a 304, a Mingo, a worker, her job is to stay fresh. But if you're knocking down regular joints that work all day, they work 6 hours, 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? 12 hours a day. You ain't gonna get all fresh off work and think that the box don't smell. That's a false. I don't believe in that. You know
well, at the same time, if you're looking at broads overseas, a lot of those broads are in the thing that they call a program. The program is a thing for you to remain in it. You must remain tested. Tell me why all these brothers rather go overseas and risk it with a broad overseas rather than a broad around the corner.
I'll tell you why. Because it's low money. There's low money, right? There is no feedback, right? There is no courting process. There's no dating. You get straight to the cheeks. Those guys like to get straight to the cheeks. You ain't going to get straight to the cheeks in the States unless it's a pretty price on it, or unless you got enough game and enough, what do they call it? Resources to get straight to the cheeks. You ain't doing it in the States like that. Bitches over here got a little bit more dignity. Now, when we talk about the athletes and the entertainers and the Instagram model bitches, like that's a different ball game. They are for a bag. But regular chicks, everyday shorties, nah. Drees ran into some stank box overseas. I mean, he didn't run into no stank box overseas. I have. So go ahead, brother.
But I ain't like they got chicks that might show about you that probably been with 10 dudes that day, but they come over fresh. It be somebody that showed up around the corner and the bitch smell like Shaq Foot at the game 7. You know what I'm saying? So I take my chance overseas with that.
Who's that? The cousins? My bad. Let me mute myself. Go ahead, talk. My cousin's on the phone.
Yeah, but I don't really think that box is a problem. But getting back to the list, as far as the list is concerned, if you take 2 or 3 people off that list, okay, you could then have manga list versus traveler list. I'm not really worried about, whether you going traveling for Poontang or not, but this list is kind of, thrown off in my opinion. I think it's just based off of what Razor Reyes himself sees or what he takes into account as what is a better traveler, what is the good traveler.
We can't do that because Razor Reyes is either too many cores fucking lights or Razor Reyes is on that China white. To put them niggas on the list that has no bearing on travel. If he just changed the name of the list to top 10 from top 10 black travel YouTubers to like top 10 black YouTubers that travel, like, you know what I'm saying? You see how the word changes up the whole definition? You're saying top 10 black travel YouTubers. That ain't it. There's a whole bunch of brothers that ain't even on that goddamn list that are good travel YouTubers, man.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of people that just want to just go places and creep camp. And while I say that, if y'all creep camping, could y'all niggas wait till y'all get home first? Because you ain't gonna do nothing but get arrested. Just wait till you get home first. That's all you gotta do. Wait till you get home, give it a couple of days, weeks, whatever. And you can fuck around and make your own creep camp channel. So that way, you ain't got no police looking for you. Nobody know who took this shot. Because whenever one of these ladies are seeing themselves on screen, that's coming from a recent post, a recent video. So all you got to do is wait and come home first.
It is illegal.
Did somebody just get pressed for creep camming not too long ago?
Yeah. I did hear something. I heard something about it. It is illegal in the Dominican Republic to creep cam women. I think it is a law on the books in Colombia and Brazil for the same thing. I mean, creep cam, do what you got to do. If you making money, nobody's sweating you, cool. Realistically, the most that's gonna happen is somebody hit up YouTube and tell you to take down your video and all that. Or maybe you're gonna have some trouble coming back in the country if they find out who you are. But these women are really cracking down on that shit. But you see guys still throwing up women on their video. It may be their girlfriend, or it may be a 304 that got paid a little bit extra because she can see the value. She can see the value. They're going to see me. So when they fly here, they're going to look for me. And so I get more money, you know what I'm saying, doing my hotivities. You feel me? My mattress actions. Let me read the rest of these comments and then we get into the other topic. I like young fella Lord. I don't know him. Jay Mitch, we're gonna talk on the side because there's a lot of people I don't watch that I don't know. Sir Nicholas said, "B.O.B. you a fool." I try, man. I try. I'm going through the same process, bro. Bro. It's this whole situation with trying to find a good woman. It's hard, and Drees, I'm gonna tell you. I do want to find a beautiful woman. And she don't have to be aesthetically beautiful, but she got to be beautiful in and out. She got to treat me well, and I got to treat her well. And we have to come together like Voltron to build something solid. You know what I'm saying? Drees, you don't know me as far as from Boston, but you know me on this travel tip. There's some things in my life and in my family that I cannot share with the rest of the world. Some people go to jail. Some people snitching like we just got a RICO. I'm not talking too much. I'm just telling you what we got. Some of my family members is into some things. Some of my family members is into some other things. I can't bring a woman in my life that I can't trust. Bring her around my family and her family. My family reunions, my cousin just had a birthday party. That was all gangsters in that damn birthday party. The FBI was watching that birthday party. And then, you know what I'm saying? I can't have certain people around me. So finding a female that understands me and introduce it to my family, and that's cool and not getting out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? I need that, bro. I just need that. And we'll talk offline, and I'll send you some shit that you'll see and you'll understand why I'm saying that. But I need a good woman. It's hard in this space because guys that I've met so many women, Drees, that said, "Yeah, have you ever dated?" My question is, have you ever dated a foreigner? Yeah, I had a boyfriend. He's from fucking Miami, and he did me dirty. He was smashing the whole city. Like, then I come next, trying to meet her and trying to get to know her, and then I'm held to some standard. I'm held with a magnifying glass. So I think it was. And this is no shot to Flip. I don't want no smoke with Flip, but Flip said this on his live. Flip said, "What I do don't matter. Don't affect what y'all do." Yes, the fuck it do. Yes, the fuck it do when it comes to some chicks. If you go over there acting a fool as an American, they gonna think that we all like that. They don't care. That they don't think in levels like, yeah, he's from there or he's from there. They don't know all that. They don't understand that New Yorkers are braggadocious and they stun us, like they show out. You know what I'm saying? They dress, you know what I'm saying? Or Louisiana dudes. They don't understand the dynamics of us. We are all the same. So yeah, what you do does affect me. And I tell people that all the time, but people don't hear me. So let me continue on. Let me read these comments and then we get into you.
Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
No, I just want to know what made this dude come to that conclusion about what he doing on the pregnant brother. What happened? What was the situation around that made him say that?
I have no idea. Oh, they was talking. I think the conversation, if I remember correctly, was around prices, somebody overpaying versus underpaying, or dealing with certain women and all that. Dealing with women in certain capacities, or dudes hitting and quitting it, or something like that. That's, I believe, what the conversation was way back. Remember when Fat Joe came out with today's price ain't yesterday's price ain't today's price? Remember that? It was around that time that all of that came out, right? And so it was what I do. The statement coming out of either Flip's mouth or somebody else's mouth was, what I do don't affect what other people do. And I say, yeah. So if I'm a trick and I'm used to paying 2 mil pesos for some cheeks, right? If that's my game and you come in and drop a bag on this bitch, she ain't going for that 2 mil pesos no more. She ain't going for that.
That shit's even amplified even more when you take that same overpayment that an 8 or 9 should get and you give it to a 5. That's worse.
Oh,
that's worse when you give it to the bitch who don't deserve it.
Oh,
that's worse.
I can't say who's worth it or not, Drees, because at the end of the day, she's selling her goods and services, and that's her price on it. But me and you would say, yeah, that's not worth it. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that for that number. I do that for a different number if I'm in that game. Like, she ain't that, her right there. She want what? Nah, I'm good. Me and you would say that. But guys will go over there. There's guys that'll go over there and drop a bag on something that is worth probably a chicken breast and platano plate, bro.
Yeah, that's them weekend dudes. You know, them dudes that ain't got no plans on coming back, or ain't got no plans on trying to find something steady. So you always gonna have that problem.
Me and Jay Mitch had the same goddamn story. Got it. They said, "What's good, Drees?
What's going on, player? Chilling, just happy to be back on. That's right.
See you in the building.
To you in the building, man. We still doing our thing. I was thinking about asking Rich about getting the party set back up, but I haven't really been a fan of Medellin like that for like a couple of years now. So unless they want to change the place of the venue, you know, just let it be what it is. Besides,
y'all need to come to Honduras. Let's go to Honduras and do it. How about that?
Well, we got to see what Honduras hitting for first.
I've been there. It's hitting. It's hitting. It's just y'all don't want to go over there and see. It's hitting.
No,
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Well, here's my thing. You been to Bluefields?
No, I've been to La Selva. I've been to no, I'm sorry, I didn't go to La Selva. I've been to Comayagua and Tegucigalpa.
All right, well, when you go to Bluefields, hit me up. That's when I hear shit about that. You know, like I haven't been wanting to go to Colombia like for the longest, but only way I will go back to Colombia if I can go back to Quibdó and go to Palenque. I go to those two spots. I'm done with Colombia. But
I'll be there. You should come. I'll be there in August. So if you want to go to Palenque, I'm taking a group of guys to Palenque. So in August. So any of my ops,
I'm not. I ain't working how I used to work first respond on the port and all that. I'm back to 8-hour work, so I got to schedule my vacation. Like in fact, I'm on vacation right now. I'm supposed to be in Brazil right now, but I fucked up my scheduling, thinking I'm gonna get paid on a certain date where I could take this and leave, blah blah blah. And plus, I didn't get my fucking visa back, so I just went on to scrap that. I'm gonna just probably go to the airport and find some kind of direct flight. Probably just go somewhere and just stay in the country, just to go somewhere else.
I'm gonna give y'all some nuggets real quick because Drees actually was cool. It's cool that you actually said that. I'm gonna give y'all some nuggets. Honduras was one, Nicaragua was the other. People look at Costa Rica, and Costa Rica is that. They got some for you guys that like beautiful women. Costa Rica got it. But if you're looking for a female to actually marry and take back to the States that is solid in the paint, El Salvador, Honduras. I wouldn't say Guatemala. Guatemala from the women. I've never been to Guatemala. But in my mind, from the Guatemalan women that I met, there are solid ones and there are not so solid ones. So Nicaragua, solid in the paint. Honduras, solid in the paint. You can marry her and bring her back to the States and stay low key with it. El Salvador, same. That's my experience from all the guys that I know that have married women from those countries, and the women that I've met that wasn't on any type of wild time. Like, cool. You understand what I'm saying? I'll say that. Let me see. AC in the building. Shout out to the Cowboy in the building, my brother. Y'all show some love to Cowboy. He said last night he made it on his live. Okay, so it's certified that Razor Race made that list. All right, we got all that. He has Austin as number one. No way. I know AC. Austin is crazy. Checking Ace. He got number over checking Ace. That's crazy.
Here's the thing. For Austin Holloman, had he stayed on the same trajectory as his first couple of videos, I could see him being on this list. But like the first video, it was Brazilian women are beautiful. Then the next video was Brazilian hoes look like this, and I like that's kind of like going the wrong way with it. And then he had the whole outburst with the chick, and he started talking about the Brazilian women, and that's when that girl came for him. But if he'd have stayed on that trajectory in the first couple of videos, he'd be all right right now.
I don't know. I just wish that he went.
But
I don't know. I don't know what his first videos was, Drees. My bad. I don't know.
The first videos were just legal videos, just being a dude going to the place for the first time and giving his true outlook on the thing. And that was cool. But then in that video, it was these hoes like this, these hoes I like. Damn, how that nigga just switched up like that?
It's wild. I just don't like the fact that he's denigrating women in the States. Like, if you listen, guys, my public service announcement is: if you feel that the women in the States are trash, cool. That's your opinion, cool. I also feel certain types of ways about women in the States, and it's not the women; it's really the culture of the United States, right? But
that part,
I'm not gonna bash these women and say black women ain't this and black, because I got family that watch my channel. Even though I don't have a lot of people watching my channel, some females in my, I'm not going to tell it, but I'll tell them if they're wrong, if their thought process is wrong, I'll tell them that. But I'm not going to tell them, hey, these black women in the States, they box stink. That's wild work. Austin lost me with that. Anyways, and the other part that Austin lost me about is, how are you suddenly a leader of the passport movement? You're 24 years old. You have no experiences. You've never been in a situation where you've called the taxi for a shorty that you thought was a regular in DR, and she gets there asking for money. You know what I'm saying? Right. You've never been in the situation where, the motor control driver is trying to stick you up for some bread that you didn't pay because you bust down his wife. You had no idea. You've never been in them situations. You've never been in them situations, bro. You've never traveled those streets. You've never been in those hoods. You've never been in those environments where, let me just change it. Let me let him stall him out. But you ain't number one. You know what I'm saying? Passport, yeah, that's the list. Passport, Heavy, Black Man Travel, Ace, Check, Sky, Sly, Lloyd Williamson, then the plug and rest. Bro, there's a list of guys out there. I Am Mawa is good. I just didn't like Mawa crying. But yeah, his channel's good. He gives you information. Passport.
You better beat the shit out of you. You crying.
Yo, he was crying over a girl. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that.
She wasn't even bad. That was crazy, but them
well, that's probably true love right there. Then. I ain't gonna knock it for that.
QT said, yeah, leave me out the circle. I travel in science. That's what it is. I don't want to be known. I don't want no glamour. The only time I got called a passport bro was I was on a flight from Washington, D.C. to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I got called a passport bro on the plane. Oh, so you a passport bro? I was like, nah, bro, I'm not. I'm just traveling and staying out the way. I'm going to Salvador, and I actually documented Itabrica. I'm saying it wrong. Itabrica. I'm saying it IPT Rica, some shit like that. It's an island. It's an island off the coast of Salvador Bahia. Beautiful island. Yeah. So I documented that. I met some NFL players over there in Salvador. It was dope. I documented some things. And yeah, some bitches. Shaq feet. Oh man. Yeah, the bro lord be on the move. Shout out to the guys be on the move. I told B.O.B. they all sell it. Stop that shit. He's saying that all women sell some box. You know what I'm saying? It's J. Clyde. Salute, brother. AC B.O.B. like Austin's mom. Yeah, I would definitely put the Beats by Dre on Austin's mom. But I don't know if her box smells good. Hey, y'all know. She's a black woman in the States. I don't know. Austin said it. I'm just repeating what he said. All right, Drees.
He was just looking for stock value. That's all it was.
Content. And I'm not smacking down the whole movement. I'm just saying that there's a space. Don't mix the space with travel versus the sexual tourism situation. There's some games that's being played. Drees, you've been to DR many times. You know the games being played. What did DMX say in his song? What types of games is being played? How's it going down? Now, the brother from DC or Maryland, he went missing. Remember that? Did you hear that story? The guy goes missing.
Went missing from where was that?
He was in the States. He flew to DR and he went missing in DR. His family was on the news, all that. He's an island Caribbean dude, or West Indian dude, or Ghanaian or some shit. He went missing. Right. So what happened was he married a Dominican chick, brought her back to the crib, had a house with her and all that. She sold all his shit in the house and left. Went back to DR. So he went to go find her. Didn't tell his family. They couldn't contact him. He was trying to get her back to the crib. So, you know, he yo, I'm sorry because if he had only watched my channel, he would have known not to trust all that bullshit. So he ended up, I don't know what the hell situation happened. Did he get her back home? Probably not, because she sold, from everything I've asked questions, from what I heard, she sold all of his shit. Like the refrigerator went. She had movers on deck. If I move you to my city, right, from another country, how do you know people to come help you move? So she had situated, and she moved outside of the United. She moved back to DR after selling his shit because she definitely didn't ship it. So she sold this shit. So you got to understand what types of games is being played. So Dries, from your experiences, can you talk about the games that these women play? And just from the angle of guys, oh, you can't do it. Well, let's talk about it from,
I'll tell you why. If I ain't there for a long amount of time, or I ain't there long enough to establish some real relationships and shit like that, when I'm gone, I'm gone. You know? But, you know, I ain't getting in a conversation. I ain't doing no, I don't do no pillow talking. You know, I ain't around long enough to do no pillow talking. Definitely
well,
not.
There's some games in that, though. There's some games in that, Dries. There's some games in, and there's some games in numbers. There's some games in, and when they come through. There's also games. This is a whole broad topic. There's games in, if I bring the shorty to my crib, we negotiated the numbers, and then all of a sudden I smash, she stays over for the night, and I wake up and she stole some shit. There's some games in that too. So you can speak to what type of women that you dealt with, or some curious women that plays with numbers or plays with your belongings. Even if you go out to eat with somebody. Remember back in the day when we when we was in the DR days, the COVID days, and guys would GFE, they would the girlfriend experience, which I now call the extended stay experience, but the girlfriend experience, and then you, hey baby, here's the money, pay them, so you wouldn't get taken advantage of by the Dominicans. You know the Dominicans have the American price, right? But if the Dominican dude pays the bill, it's cool. Remember when them shorties used to pay the bill and then never come back with no change, or short you on some change? Those are games that guys need to know. We're talking with green guys, Dries.
That's a tip to them. Well, like I say, I'm not putting myself in a position to get played. I ain't trying to do nothing like getting no shit from none of these people. And your boy left, and your boy ended up missing due to the fact that he wanted to leave because he wasn't trying to go get her and bring her back here. He left and didn't tell nobody because he about to go down there and kill that bitch. That was about to happen.
I don't. He's a docile dude. I think his father's like a church dude. He went down there to try to win her back, bro, because he was politicking.
Man, ain't no winning. You done brought it in. She done did all that till you came back. Ain't no winning. I ain't gonna lie. I just snuck down there.
You and I. You say what you gonna say, cause that's you and I. Say what you gonna say, cause that's we the same.
Cause I'd have went snuck down there and whooped that motherfucking ass. Me.
Well, I don't condone putting beats by breaks on women. Don't hit no women. But I mean, listen, I can understand a man doing that. I can understand why his motivation. You understand what I'm saying? I can understand.
Well, here's my thing with fighting with women. If it was to the point of where you saw a woman do some shit to a dude where she needed her ass whooped, and dude was like, all right, get you 2 licks in. I guarantee you women wouldn't be acting the way they were acting right now. Because they knew the 2 smacks are gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you they'll stop that bullshit. You need it.
Damn. So you from the school of Ike Turner then? God damn.
Nah, I ain't. Well, I didn't hit somebody before, but but
We're not condoning that, YouTube. We're not condoning
no,
that. He's just telling his story.
nah, that would look when the woman did some shit that like what she did, yeah, you supposed to get smacked for that. You know what I'm saying? Like the girl came to my job in my car, rushing me to get off from work, but had the nerve to tell me I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Oh, you gonna leave me in my car? It was almost a James Brown situation. Remember when James Brown had to shoot his cop to keep the bitch from leaving? I ain't had no gun, but you know, it's right on. If it extend on you, you get the same power.
Damn. I mean, the only time that I'll defend myself from a female, if she's being aggressive, putting her hands on me, I'm gonna defend myself. Listen, my mother always told her daughter and her granddaughters, yo, if you man enough to put your hands on a man, some men will put their hands on you. So let's not touch each other. That being said, there's a lot of games being played. So let me talk about the 304 game. The 304 game is this. Drees calls me and Drees says, yo, B.O.B., you need to come to DR. You need to come to Rio. You need to come wherever. This is how much they're going for, right? We're talking about the pro circuit. This is how much they're going for. I get down there with my little money, budgeting my shit, and the first joint, the first baddie that I'm attracted to, I'm like, yo, let's go. And then she hits you with some football numbers, right? What would turn me off, Drees? Here's what's going to turn me off if I'm playing the pro circuit, right? Here's what's going to turn me off. A pro shooter talking to me in American dollars outside of the United States. Listen, it's going to cost $250, or it's going to cost $80, or it's going to cost such and such dollars. When I hear dollars, she's not for me. That's not. I'm not person.
There's somebody else that went down there before you that don't speak their language, and I'll be honest with you, I think more motherfuckers need to get to learn these people's language. You see what they doing, your people, right there, South San Diego, Tijuana. Y'all better learn some of their fucking language. Y'all can't keep walking up to these hoes and going, "What's happening?" No, learn some language. You know what I'm saying? What they tell Sue what's happening. I don't even speak Spanish no more, but it sounds like, can I have your WhatsApp? I guarantee if I said to somebody out there, I get a WhatsApp number. Y'all better act like y'all know some of these people language and shit.
Salute to JP in the building. Thank you for coming through. Look, so yeah, you know, try to learn some language or learn how to talk. Spend your money, spend your currency and their money. But guys are not gonna do it. You know them lazy weekend warriors. They took out a wad of cash and they're gonna spend that American dollar. We can't stop that. I wish that it would stop, but now, we can't.
The only thing you can do is appear different. That's about the only thing you can do now. You can either appear different or don't go to Rio, or don't go to Medellin, or don't go to Cartagena, or don't go to Pattaya. That's the only thing you can do. Because, you know, motherfucker used to talk about motherfucker Pookie and Ray Ray wasn't going to Thailand. But at the same time, Pookie and Ray Ray ain't got to go to Thailand. People in Thailand got YouTube. They seen the black dude in Cartagena, you know, treating a girl like Vanilla Ice hanging out the window and shit. They seen that. Yeah, excuse me. You know, I'm busy
it's cool.
Chefing up right now.
No, it's cool. They said CTG's calling you. You need to get to CTG and get some cheeks over to CTG.
I don't know.
I'll be over there, man. You go with me, you'll be good. Well, I got the goons. Listen, CTG in August. I'm gonna tell y'all here. All of my homies that I've met in those barrios, there's 5 guys that I met in those barrios. 3 of those guys will be with me in CTG in August. So anybody that's coming, I'm gonna tell you this. I'll tell you this and I won't say no more. One of my guys is taking a bus from Cali or Medellin. I can't tell you what city. One of them taking a bus, and they gonna listen. You gonna be safe with me. Put it like that. So you come down to CTG in August with me. If I'm gonna be there with a group of guys. I'm gonna be there with a group of doctors, lawyers. I'm gonna be with a whole bunch of squares. They just want to enjoy. They want to get to the track. They just want to get to the track. They made it clear. Well, my God, they want to be safe. They feel uncomfortable. I had to assure their safety, so I brought the goon. We're flying one of the goons in. The other two or one or whatever who shows up is going to be on the bus because he's doing what he got to do for us. So y'all come down, y'all be school, and then we got Danger, my other guy. Y'all know y'all safe. So meet us, and we stepping over to Barranquilla too. We're gonna step over to Barranquilla for a night. So we do Barranquilla and then we come back. So y'all step over to Cartagena if y'all want to meet up with me and pull up. Let's go. But the games. I'm going to talk about the games for the guys that are trying to meet women. And this is a DR thing, and I'm pretty sure, Drees, that you ran into this. Everybody has ran. If you've dealt in or touched in or put your toe in the water of Dominican Republic, you have been asked to pay something or send some money somewhere. Am I lying, brother? Does that happen frequently in the DR?
Well, it happened to me enough to realize, okay, they will keep doing this shit. I'm could go in this motherfucker.
He said it happened to be enough. So these are the games. Look, if you are a traveler that is looking for a real female, a real relationship. Now, shout out to the shorty. There's a shorty that got a few apps. She got a few apps where her rules, like the women have to pay to get in those apps. They got to pay like a mil peso or 2 mil peso or something. They got to pay to get into those apps. And her rules are, if you ask anybody, any of the American guys or any of the foreign guys for money, you're off the app. Like she kicks them out the app. But here is what I tell guys. These women know what the fuck they're doing. They won't ask you on the app. You fly down there, you go out on a date with them, you get to know them. Maybe you crack. I don't know. Crack means that you have a experience with her. At some point in time, she's gonna have a problem, and she's gonna ask. It's in the Dominican Republic. It is not a possibility that it's gonna happen. It is when it will happen. It will happen. It will happen. They will ask for something. They need something. Somebody died, Drees. Somebody died. Yeah. Somebody died. The same person died 2 times that week or 2 times in a month. It's going to happen. Their refrigerator's empty. It's going to happen. Ayuda, like Jay Mitch says, ayúdame, papi. Ayúdame, papi. It's going to happen. So you guys that are agreeing to the situation got to understand the game. This is what travel means. You understand the culture of the city or the country you're in, and you understand things to share this to the world to say, this is what you're going to encounter, gentlemen. You're going to encounter that. I don't give a shit if, oh, she seems nice. There's so many guys that I was just talking to our WhatsApp group about a shorty that I was dealing with at Cartagena. I was talking to him about how she presented herself as a regular shorty, but I found out she was selling that thing. You feel me? Like there's things that you see, there's signs, and I'm trying to bring that awareness to these guys, these green guys. So that guy that we just talked about, don't fly from Maryland to go search for his girl to bring her back. Because if somebody, I know you and I know me, and if somebody clears out my house, I'm talking about she cleared his house clean. From everything that I've heard, clean. You clear out my house of my belongings that I purchased, and I run into you in Dominican Republic, it ain't to get you back.
Right.
It ain't to get you back.
Yeah, what I about to do with DC?
Yeah, that's him. It ain't to get you back at all. I don't want you back. I want proceeds from your sales. You hear me?
Yeah.
There's these guys that continue to travel. We also talked about this week about guys consistently marrying, retiring these girls from the game, right? It's not going to stop. There's nothing I can say that's going to stop it or nothing like that. But as a black man that we are historically conservative, from everything that we believe in life, family-wise. We're historically conservative, right? We believe in a lot of conservative values. And to bring a 304 in your situation, Drees calls me. This is an example. Drees calls me and said, I met this shorty. I married her. She lives with me in Louisiana. I say, Drees, send me a picture of this shorty. Drees sends a picture of him and her together. I say, Drees, she was on the stroll. Drees says, I know, I met her on the stroll. I say, Drees, but you got to be careful. This is an example. You got to be careful. I know Drees know better. You got to be careful. Drees said, nah, she's different now. If Drees say one day to her, no, I'm not buying you that. She's on her phone making calls to the contacts that she has in the States and be like, yo, I just want you to know I'm here. I'm a fly. Where you at? I'm trying to come see you. So she can get to the bag. I've heard that story countless times. I was in a situation with a police officer in Detroit of a shorty that I knew from Santo Domingo. I met her actually when we was together during COVID. And she tells me, I'm in the States. I said, you in the States? I said, what you doing over here? How'd you get here? She said, I said, no. Tell me what you here for. She said, I married this guy. I said, you married a guy? You never told me you had a boyfriend. This was like a year ago. In that time, it was like a year after. You married a guy. Yeah. I'm in Detroit. I said, I know you in Boston. She said, I know you in Boston. That's far away. I said, who's your husband? I said, he's a police officer. I said, what? I said, I don't even want to talk to you no more. He's a police. You trying to come visit me in Boston, but you with a police officer. You know what damage you gonna do to me and you? His brother could have me killed, and it'll be justified shoot. I can't do that.
Right.
These are the type of women that guys got to watch out for. Moonlighters. This was another thing. Moonlighters. This is a big thing in Dominican Republic. This is a big thing also in Brazil. Drees, tell me if I'm lying. There are women that will not classify themselves as 304s, but they will go out and date you and go out and slide with you for a little bit of bread. Hey, I'm gonna slide out. If you want to do that, it's gonna be this. But they don't consider themselves, right? So what I heard when I was younger back in the day, they would say, this is what the women were saying, DR. I am not a pro, but sex is not free. Help me understand that, Drees.
No, that's okay.
These are the games I'm trying to school y'all boys on. They will go out with you. We would go out on a date. What you want, what you need. Now you know the mark of a girl that's trying to size you up for bread in Dominican Republic, at least. If every day you see her statuses or her Facebook statuses or something, and she's drinking a Presidente, but when she's with you, she's ordering a Corona or Heineken. She's not the same. She's not a good shorty. You're gonna order all that with me, but for the locals, you drink Presidentes all day. You love them. Your status is like hoy se bebe. That means today we drink. Hoy se bebe, right? It's hoy se bebe Presidentes or La Fuerza, which is the cheap wine. La Fuerza is cheap as hell. It's like port wine. It's sweet and cheap. Yeah. That's what you drink. But with me, you need a bottle of Buchanan's. You need a fucking Heineken or Corona. You know what type of chick you dealing with. This is game. This is travel tips. This is from a traveler. This is game that these bitches will play with you.
Right.
If you are if a shorty, if you want a bag of real shorty, she's like, whatever, I'll drink what you drink. Okay. Or we can do this. You know, I've met shorties that be like, yo, we go to the corner store, which they call the colmado. We'll go to the corner store, we'll grab the jumbos. Remember the jumbos, Drees? The jumbo beers. We'll grab a couple of jumbos and we'll deal with that. But when you get a shorty that's asking for the extra, she is gonna be a liability later. Don't marry her, don't fuck with her. You need you want a regular smack.
No, you fuck her.
99% of the Dominican women will cook and clean for you. That is normal. They do it for themselves, they do it for their kids, they do it for their family. It is normal. Cooking and cleaning for a Dominican woman is like them taking the shit. It's normal. Nothing normal. Just because they do it for you, it's nothing. It's normal. So because she's doing that, don't go don't go crazy over that. That's just normal shit. Expect that. Cook and clean, pop your blisters. You know what I'm saying? File your toenails. You know what I'm saying? She'll shave your balls. I had bitches shave my balls for me. Like, bitch, I can't reach that. Go ahead and get that. Done that. Massages, all that. Wake up at 3, 4 in the morning. I want to crack. Done that. That's normal. The thing that they lack, beautiful. It's a beautiful atmosphere. They treat you very good in DR. Am I lying? The women will treat you very good. Yeah. The thing that they lack is the honesty and the faithfulness of an actual relationship. If you're thinking about getting in a relationship with them, these are things you guys need to know. You need to know. You need to go, and if you got a new cousin or brother, shout out to Big J because he brought his cousin out to DR or whatever. But Big J gave him the game. There's guys that are hopping on the plane because they see me and Drees or somebody else over there. They see our videos and they don't understand the lay of the land, bro. You can't go over there green and be like, oh my God, she loves me. She hung out with me. She's so personable. She took care. I gave her the money. She paid the bill and brought me change back. Like, you can't do that with them bitches, right? Because they have a game plan set. It is in their education system is so fucked up. They have the worst education in all of the Caribbean. They have the worst education all in North of South America. They are last in all categories in education. But somebody is teaching them hoes how to separate men, foreign men, from their wallets, their money from their wallets. Somebody's teaching them. So Dominican Republic is ground zero for that. So when you go there, you got to understand the land. It happens, fellas. Y'all go over there thinking she's treating me good. You get taken for a fool. Go ahead, Drees.
Well, let me ask you something about DR. Is it something about DR where like they are like the most hated? Like they looked at it as the worst people in the Caribbean or the niggas in the Caribbean. You know, just like how everybody in the UK would look at, say, the Irish. You ever notice that stigma, anything going around when you went to Colombia? Because like, it got to a point in Colombia that when I was doing consultation, I used to tell dudes, if you go and chill in Colombia or anywhere in South America, man, don't even mention fucking DR. For some reason, I just got this vibe from everybody outside of DR that DR is the low bar, you know?
I do too. And I would say to answer your question, I would say, as far as the quality of the interaction, right? Now, Drees, you said this earlier in the broadcast. You said you fly in, you do what you do, you get the fuck up out of there. Am I right in assessing that you said?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. There's guys that fly in, do what they do, get the fuck up out of there, but they don't understand that the Dominican chica will linger. She got your WhatsApp. One day she's gonna say, Papi, you know, I need something. And shame on y'all niggas. Let me just, while I'm talking about this, shame on the guys, men, that be asking for these nudes and shit. Because women are gonna charge for their nudes. They're gonna charge for their nudes. Well, women will say, go ahead, brother.
That's been a problem, because the reason why you got prices run amok in DR to begin with, because when you couldn't go over there, you couldn't smash nothing. You was paying for them same fucking video. You paying $10, $12 for 8-10 seconds. And then the shit cut off. Man, come on, man. So you get overseas, and then you show that same fucking $40. You're just like, no, Poppy. You pay me $40 for video. You lost your damn mind.
Yo, that's facts. That is facts. I know a guy. Shout out to the guy that a former PLPU member. This dude used to pay. Listen, I know a guy that used to ask the chicas. He still does to this day. He asked the chicas, send me a video of you blessing, praying on a dude, or getting smashed by a dude. And I used to be like, why would you want a video?
Can I be honest about that?
Is that a regular thing, brother? Go ahead.
No, that's a funny thing. That's a gay thing right there.
That's a puffy thing. That's cuckoldness.
Nah, I'm just saying that type of shit there where you will see another person, not gay. I take that back. That's a cuck thing. That's a cuck thing, man. We want people to smash your lady and all that old kind of shit. That's a cuckold thing, man.
I know a dude had to kick him out the group for that. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say kick him out of the group now. If he ain't did that out of line, but that's kind of like some cuck shit.
I mean, we got one of the he's the ex-favorite YouTuber, one of the ex-favorite YouTubers that this video's circulating of him eating some booty while the husband's recording that situation happened, which is crazy. Like, it's wild work, man. It's wild work what's going on in these streets, man. I can't even put it's wild work. I'm gonna hit you on the back end and let you know who it was. Eating some booty video, 4K right. With his mustache in the shitter. You hear me? Yeah. Wild work. While the husband's recording. You hear me? It's wild work, bro. And you know how, and the reason why I know that the husband was recording, because if you sit the damn camera somewhere, the camera ain't gonna move. This camera was like this and that and getting the angles. It's wild work, bro. Wild work. And he put that video out. And I tried to tell him, I said, yo, bro, stop putting your videos out. I kicked him out of my group because he was putting his footage. I'm like, bro, nobody want to see your meat. This is all dudes in here. There's no females in here. We don't want to see your meat.
Yeah, but before you even come into my group, you get a whole video saying, hey, look, none of this, none of that. Don't do that, or else I'm gonna send your bitch ass home.
Oh. Now, there was a group that I was in, one of our homies, that there was guys in his group that would send all types of videos of him with 304s. And I'm like, how is that an accomplishment if I'm video recording myself with some 304s? That's easy. That's easy work. You pay your money, the transaction's done, and you smash. Bro. Show me something where you dealing with regular joints with no exchange, or you show me something different, right? Or don't show me at all. I don't want to see. I really don't want to see videos of your conquest. Save that for you. But the pro tip that I'm going to give you from my channel is this. If the customs, when you return back to the United States, ask for your phone and they go through it and they see it, you will be charged. You will be charged not only with a minor, but you will be charged with something else. What is it called? I forget the term, what it's called. I wish Tiny Tim was in the building tonight because Tiny Tim is on that. You will be charged with porn. If you're coming from DR and you got videos of some chicas, like, first of all, you need consent to say that you can record them, number one, because Dominican women will quickly say these words to you. No me grave. No me grave means don't record me. No me grave. They will record. They will tell you that. So if you go home with these videos of these chicas, you're going to have a problem. And then you're circulating them in your Discord. You're circulating them in your damn WhatsApp groups. Yeah, that's wild work.
Well, no, at the same time, your Discord and your WhatsApp, that's where that shit should have stayed. That's where it should stay now.
Nah, Dries. It should have stayed in your phone. You shouldn't have shared it with anybody. That's
now, what I will say for us coming through the airport, put that shit on something external. That's all you got to do. Put it on something external and, put it in your suitcase. They ain't going in your suitcase. They're going in your phone. They're going in your pocket. They're going in your jacket pocket. Put that shit in your suitcase. Done with.
Well,
I mean, I ain't doing it, but I'm just saying these are easy fixes if I was in that situation.
Y'all got the tip from Dries. How to move if you want to do some. If you're a tripod captain.
Right.
Yo, Dries, I see videos with niggas with tripods. They set up a whole tripod, bro.
Oh, they do that shit. I done quit going to the gym behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga in the bathroom with a fucking tripod, man. I mean, in the locker room, and I wasn't gonna bother the dude. I wasn't. I was gonna let him do his little thing. Let me put my clothes on and go about my business. But the nigga tripod was in front of my locker. So I had to tell him, hey, look, you gotta move that shit, player. So, I'm on somebody. All I know is I'm on somebody's Twitter fussing in a fucking locker room. And, ain't no shit went down. You know, I ain't got my ass whooped, I ain't get my ass took or nothing. But I'm on somebody's Instagram, fuss with a nigga about a fucking tripod, move your shit. These niggas is wild, dog. Like, I was enjoying myself going to the fucking gym 1:30, 2 in the morning because nobody there. I could go directly to the machine, get my sets in, next machine, get my sets in, next machine, get my sets in. Now, if you go in that bitch, get your sets in and look, there's a nigga that's standing over there just staring. Like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't gonna say YNs no more. I'm saying NN. These new niggas. They different. They different.
Them new. Shout out to my niece. My niece said, she says that shit, new. Them new niggas. Shout out to my niece. Hey, if you record me, look. And this is another wild thing that's happening in these streets. This is an example. This is not anything true because me and Drees have never been back to back in situations like this, where some shorties come in. Now, I know Drees this much, right? Drees he'll grab something. He'll grab a mango off the tree. I'll grab a mango off the tree. And say for instance, me and Drees stand in the same crib. Drees going to his room and do what he do. I'm going to my room, do what he do. But I know actual dudes that will link up and be in the same room, same bed, switching chicks. I don't need that, bro. That's not my game. I don't want to see nobody else smashing, bro. I'm already like, remember back in the day where dudes used to be like, yeah. That shorty, she's good. She does this and this as well. And dudes will be on it and be like, yo, give me her number. Remember that? Give me her number. And then that is wild to me. That's wild. If I'm going to pluck something from the mango tree, I want to act as if she's never done it before. I want to believe that.
With that said, you do one thing that I hated. That bullshit chica exchange shit y'all used to do.
Don't say me. I wasn't in that. But I see
that. That was some bullshit. You know, that was the beginning of motherfuckers not being able to walk down on somebody and say, hey, my name is, you know, let me get that out. That was the beginning of that shit for definitely dude now. And now, shit, I watched one video, dude walk up to the broad, say her, you know, ask her for a name, ask for a number, then put the number on the screen. I'm like, man, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. It's like all the new YouTubers is coming out looking at what I did and say, you know what, I'm going to just go do the other shit. You know, it was like when I saw Charles telling them, I looked and seen what they did, and what they did do, I said, I'm going to follow that. These new dudes, they come in and just doing, you know, they act like they're in Memphis all the fucking time. You know, so, you know, but only a few going to really catch the wrath, like, i.e. Johnny Somali. Because I don't know if you know about him, but he's facing 30 right now.
No, I don't know. Fill us in.
When they looked on his channel, they seen some of the shit he was doing with the fucking Korean children. Man, they put a whole nother 20 on it.
Hold on. Tell us what happened so we don't, for the guys that don't know, if you don't mind, brother.
Nah, it's like he was in Korea. This dude was going solo to spots. I give him props for that. You know, he going to like North Korea with the motherfucker that won't blow up America all the time. You know, and he went and said some shit to some kids, and he had a translator. He was saying like fucked up shit to little kids. That shit alone, and with some other little shits he was doing, they gave that boy 29 years. And then they went on his. I never went to his channel. I never looked at the channel other than for the little clip I saw where this nigga was walking up the street, fucking with little Koreans. I do this for clout. I do this for clout. They had this fucking Korean military man. He was a YouTuber too. Found him on the street and dealt with him. Whooped him and everything on the street, bitched him out. And you know, they handled this man like a fucking national hero because of that shit. They, you know, he a soldier and shit, so they salute to the man and everything. But Jonathan Malley, I don't know where he's from originally. He got that Myron from Fresh and Fit look. So he might be from, you know, Sudan or whatever. But He not coming home, player. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, look.
Trump can't go get it. Biden can't go get it. Obama can't go get it. Shit. He ain't coming home, player. That's the wrong place for you to do some shit like that. Like, y'all had to go check his channel out and see that shit. I ain't going to look at the channel. I saw what I need to see enough of him. Leave him where he at.
What's his name again?
Johnny Somali.
Johnny Somali. I'll give you this example to piggyback off of what you're saying for the congregation, right? I was in Medellin. This was early Medellin. This was COVID. So I'm in Medellin, and I was in Parque Lleras. We're sitting at the corner. We had the speaker. We didn't go into none of the bars. We just sat in the park. We had the speaker with us. We had bottles. We drinking, just having a good time. We wasn't in 304 mode. We just know that Parque Lleras is popping, right? And at the corner was a bunch of, we sitting at a bar on the corner, where they got the tent at. It's close to where they got the tent at now, right? The tent wasn't there before. The tent, when you walk into, right? So we're sitting at the corner. There's a little restaurant on the corner where the Colombians go. And we're sitting there and we're with a bunch of dudes. And there was these young girls that came through. They had to have been between 14 and 16 walking through, a group of them. And this guy, I remember his face and his actions. He was like rubbing. He was one of those niggas he was a white guy. It was one white guy, one black guy. The white guy was actually rubbing his shit. He was like, yo, she's bad, yo. And he went over to talk to her. And I seen it. And I was like, I told my partners that was there. My partner, shout out to my partner, one of my guys, he lets me use his beats for my intros. Shout out to he actually does beats for I asked you, but you was too busy. Goddamn, you be too busy.
Don't worry, I'm cranking it up as soon as I get off from here.
If you need a beat, if you ain't never seen it, I gotta do it. I gotta do it, bro. If you need a beat, this dude got the coldest beats. So you just hit him up, pay your little money, and get your beat from this guy. Drees, remember you did the Indie Animals joint, and then your intro that you had, the beats was crazy. It was crazy. So you need to accept these flowers because your beats is crazy. Accept them motherfuckers. Drees got the intros. Drees was the first person I knew that had his videos with credits in them bitches, which is crazy. Remember that shit you showed me in DR? Crazy.
Talking about yeah.
So if you need a beat,
he talking about
you showed me the prototype, and then you released it like a month later.
Like the hit list thing?
Is that what it is? That what it was? Yeah.
With the different, yeah. I'm doing that again.
It's crazy. And then you did the Indie Animals thing, which was wild. The cut up on that shit was wild. I wish. Can you send me the link so I can show these niggas? Can you send me the link of the Indie Animals joint so I can show what they?
I have to find it.
Them nice Colombians shut down a whole building to get to them niggas, man. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so those guys was doing what they was doing. I had to move away. So you know what I'm saying? You see the bullshit that happens. You see, and I did videos or lives on, like, you got to be careful who you stand by. But we're gonna stay true to the game that these girls play. So you understand the Dominican game. You're gonna get those asking for money. You're gonna get the guilt trips where they say, hey, I would love to continue talking to you, but I don't have any minutes on my phone. Can you send me money for a recarga, right? Recarga. Yeah. Some of us is not going to understand what that means, but that means that she wants you to pay for her phone so she can continue to talk to her. But that only means that she's going to talk to you and she's going to tell you to talk to other people. It's on your dime. Boom. Colombia, not so much on that. Colombia bitches will hit you on a different level. They'll come over. They'll chill with you, they'll vibe with you, you'll probably crack. We're talking about regular shorties. We're not talking about 304s. You'll probably crack. But at some point in Medellin, I will say Medellin, because it really hasn't happened to me in any other city except Medellin. They will ask you for money after all of that. The Dominicans are really upfront with it. Like, yo, you got to do this. Or the Dominicans are going to be right away. or they're gonna play a longer game. Oh, BLB, but wait a minute, BLB. I met a nice girl. She got a job and everything. She takes care of her shit. She pays her rent, all that. Yeah, that just means in the Dominican Republic that when she asks you for something, it's gonna be a high price. I've had women ask me to help. My job didn't pay me. They're playing with the money. Can you send me something for the rent? And the rent's like $700. She lives in because when you're a doctor or a lawyer or something, you living in a condo or some shit like that. And so she's gonna ask you to help her pay the rent. It's gonna be $500 to $700 between that range, between $400 and $700. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You have to be careful in those games. You got to understand those games. If she's overly affectionate, anybody that's too nice in the United States, what we do, we're cautious of those people that's too nice, right? Too nice. What, you a Christian or something? You a church person? Nah. Nah. Anybody that's too nice is too much. Let me see. Dree sent the link. We're gonna drop them.
That's to the TikTok channel. That's the link to the thing, as well as they got beats and stuff on there too.
So Dree's got beats on the joint. Yo, Drees is the beat maker, bro. Drees and Bruce, if you dealing with beats and intros, you gotta fuck with Drees or Bruce. Bruce is tough. Drees is tough. I mean, shit. You can't go wrong. You just gotta come out with some little Skrilla. If you're starting a little YouTube channel and you want some beats or whatever, if you don't want to do it by yourself, these guys are really, really good. Let me show you what Drees just sent me. And this is the Indie Animals joint. And they thought that they can stunt on people, and they actually learned the wrong way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Made it to Medi. Hola, Colombia. John has finally made it to Medi. This is John, a black traveler that had decided to flash money to poor women on WhatsApp. This is what he had to say to a lady on WhatsApp.
Demon.
Apparently, she brought a lot of other poor people to talk to him. Now, John has went from WhatsApp to GoFundMe to get back home. Don't be a John. Dumbass.
Bro, they took down the first one, man.
Warning sells. Hold on. Let me run this back so y'all can hear the end on it. Because Drees definitely put that Louisiana joint on there, right? I want y'all to hear that on that end of that. Right? Listen. Listen.
I never put that beat on TikTok. I think I did put that on TikTok one time. But it was like I started to do Drees Speaks on there. And then I was like, nah, I won't do Drees Speaks on there.
I mean, listen, the world probably needs it. Around the time that we in right now, the world needs some common sense, Drees. This travel space needs some common sense. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do and you know what you do. There's guys that don't march the way you do. You do your shit the way you do it, and it's clean, Drees. Ain't nobody ever heard nothing negative about what Drees do, right? And you're not front and center about what you do. You live your life, you do what you do, and you stay in the back. You know what I'm saying?
They tried to put me out there. They tried to put me out there for saying Colombia was getting fucked up, but it was about 2 or 3 years after I stopped going to Colombia.
That's crazy.
Motherfuckers at me and put my name in the description boxes and shit, like I'm supposed to show up to listen to that shit. Man, I don't do none of that dumb ass shit, bro. That's for niggas who got time and hoes.
He said it. My man BH said, I made the mistake of marrying one. Lord help me. So marrying a Dominican chica, I mean, goddamn. Look at. Here's the percentages. I'm gonna give you all percentages, and I stand by these numbers. 98% of those women over there are not good to marry and bring to the States. It's not gonna happen. There is a 2%, but the chances of you finding those women without speaking the language is like finding a needle in a haystack. I said this shit 4 years ago. Nobody listened to me. Nobody wants it. I'm saying it now. I got a little bit of attention. Guys, pay attention. In the Dominican Republic, if you're bringing something back, it's hard. I'm going to tell you why. There is a woman called Robelis. What's her name? Robelis? What's the girl's name? She married a brother. She married an expat brother. Robelis, and she got a YouTube channel. Robelis. Guys, help me in the chat.
Norbert. Talking about your group, married a t-shirt man. I know who you're talking about.
Whoever he is. Now she was married to him for a couple of years.
They broke up?
No, I think she's still married to him. But at that time when they was doing their videos of marriage, I slid into the DMs. I did. I didn't know that she was with him. This is before I even knew that she had a husband. I slid into the DMs and she was gonna go. I said, yo, I'm flying in. You here? She goes, she was still in DR at that time. And I said, let's link up. She was like, yeah. This is a married woman. I gotta find them DMs. She was like, let's go. Ended up not going to where the city where she was at. Ended up going somewhere, I think Punta Cana somewhere. And I didn't even follow it because I had other things going on. And actually, no, I'm lying. I'm gonna tell you what happened because it was so long ago. What happened was I found out the video from either you or Rich. Just facts. That I found out that she had a husband. And I was like, I can't do all that. She's on YouTube with this guy. Like, it'd be crazy. But I definitely have cracked, me personally, I can only speak for my life. I've definitely have cracked some women that had YouTube husbands that didn't disclose that fact to me until after. I'm like, yo, I really like you. What's good? Oh, no, I just want to tell you I got a husband. I'm like, what? I'm like, who's your husband? I can't tell you. And then later on, I find out from a video, yeah, that's such and such a husband. It's crazy. Crazy work, bro. I've definitely cracked. I've unbeknownst to me, cracked a lot of wives that I had no idea that they were married to these guys. Now, in Dominican Republic, you think maybe she's married for money and she's trying to get to the States type thing. But no, when you years later, you're like, yo, you got 2 kids. What DMX said? You got 2 kids with this nigga. It was wrong for me.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, y'all gotta understand the game. Y'all gotta understand what they say, and what they say is not always the truth. You understand what I'm saying? We've been in situations where the moto control driver will drop her off to your house to smash, but the moto control driver is not her fucking driver. That's her husband.
Mm-hmm.
That's her husband. Drees, am I lying? Am I lying here tonight in this church?
No, that's how it is everywhere. Like, you go to Maracaibo in Medellin, and you see all these motherfuckers sitting at the table. And I'm telling these little youngsters that I'm with, I'm like, hey, look, whatever y'all do to the people here, respect the people here. I said, what's wrong, I said, see the motherfucker sitting over there at the table with their head down? I said, yeah. I said, that ain't security. That's them dancers, old ladies, baby daddies, and husbands. So if you get out of line, little Vato gonna be on your neck. Yeah, Vato might be 5'6", but he gonna be on your shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's everything, bro.
And best believe, Drees. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And last but not least, y'all motherfucker that's playing these games with these little chicks, I'm gonna say this like this: South American and Caribbean simping is on a whole nother level from what you do here in the States. These motherfuckers would just they would burn houses down with the kids in it, all that shit. You know, we get on Instagram and start talking bad about a bitch, but over there, Julio gonna burn your shit down.
Julio gonna smoke that bitch.
Yeah,
there's been a lot. You can hear them. You can even Google those stories about the men that left bitches on the side of the road because they had dudes in their phone or they did some extracurricular and they didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta analyze the situation. You gotta be smart. You gotta have a level of some type of street smarts when you dealing, especially Dominican Republic. You gotta have some street smarts dealing with those women. If you are super square, you're gonna be taking boo-boo the food, and you're gonna be paying for the mama and all the family. This Thanksgiving or this February 27th, that's the Independence Day, February 27th. This is sponsored by Charles from DC, or Charles from Georgia, Boston, New York. He sponsored this. And the husband sitting there hugging the wife, and he's cool with it. Them guys is like, yo, I know you bad. You can get that money. Let's get it. Because these guys, there's no welfare program over there. There's no welfare system. There's no food stamps. There's none of that. So they got to get it how they live. And, you know, homeboy is an ex-baseball player that he's a baseball player that didn't make it to the big leagues. He's like, yo, let's get these gringos. And he's cool with sharing his wife for the go. And it's a weird, Colombia, it happens too. Brazil, I'm sure it happens. Brazil, it doesn't happen on a level. Go ahead. Brazil, it doesn't happen on a level as Colombia and DR, but it happens. So you guys got to understand the game. You guys have to vet. If you guys are not being invited to Sunday dinner, from me, this is from my experience. I can't speak to Drees or nobody else. If you're not invited to Sunday dinner, because Sundays in Latin America, all of Latin Central America, is a day for family. If you're not being invited to those dinners with family, then you're not real you're not real valid with her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take this time while Drees is way to read these comments. He said, Nakers. Let me put the shade. I gotta put the other shades on, bro. Cause I get older, bro. I'm blind as hell. It's the gift and the curse of that DNA. Or maybe it's something else. I don't know. But let me read this. Brother Mitch said, Nakers marry and save hoes daily on a day-to-day basis. We are 2 hours and 27 minutes into this live. There has been probably 34 hoes that have been saved in this broadcast. I'm gonna tell you this. Saved, taken off the streets. He purchased her. He said, I love you. Get off the streets. I'm gonna make your life better. It happens all the time. Conservative.
I think motherfuckers are just coming out better. Trying to find dealing with hoes. Hoes are winning.
I'm starting to change my opinion. And I'll tell you why in a second. I'll tell you right now. I'm starting to change my opinion because, number one, hoes know how to please you sexually. 304s, they know how to please you sexually. They understand and they have studied over the years of their taking glizzies to the face. They understand what a man wants and what a man needs, right? They're not argumentative. They will please you. But the problem that you guys don't understand that you run into, if I come in with a higher price, she's going to go. Or a better lifestyle, she's going to go. If you move her from Cartagena, Salsua, Puerto Plata, Punta Cana, Rio, and you move her to the fucking farm of goddamn Nebraska, Kentucky, Idaho, Iowa, Arkansas, the fucking suburbs of Louisiana, that bitch is going to get bored of that at some point in time. And when you tell her no, like I said, like, babe, what the fuck what do you need that for? You don't need that. We good. Like, you don't need that. When you tell her no, she's checking out because she knows her value and what she can acquire is between her legs, and she will flex that on you as a married woman in your household. So y'all got to be careful about taking them joints home because like I told you, that girl in Detroit was so fucking bad. She oozed badness. The one thing I'll give credit to Dominican women is this: they understand how to accentuate their sexuality with things that they wear, the way that they move. They understand how to use their sexuality to get what they want. And so that is taught to them at a young age from them old single aunties, them old bitches that clean the streets in DR, that be sweeping the streets. I don't know why they do it, but them bitches teach them. A whole bunch of single bitches teach them how to game the system. And them bitches know that. And so you bring her home to the United States of America and you think you going to change her to a new bitch because you got a Mercedes Benz in your fucking joint. You own your house. You a tech nigga that ain't from the hood. You a good nigga. You think that you saved the bitch? No. All she needs to do is hear no from you one time, and then she's calling up the PLPU to come lay some pipe. Period. We seen it with Biden letting the goddamn immigrants in. The immigrants went to New York, went to Florida, went to Texas, set up brothels. They had no intentions to come here for anything else except to get more money. And they was underbidding the regular pros in the cities. They was like, oh, so she do it for 200, I'm gonna do it for 150. Or she do it for 500, I'm gonna do it for 200. You know what I'm saying? And these bitches had fucking husbands. Some of them bitches had husbands. Some of y'all simp ass bitch ass niggas. You understand? Some of y'all Barbers World niggas. I'm sorry. That's the last.
Indeed. Well, on that note, I'm about to get up out of here. I got some things to go run and do. Got to go hit these streets right quick. So,
Drees, thank you for coming through, brother.
Shout out to all my people in WTU 35 and up. Roll the tape. I'll be seeing y'all. I'll be back on at some point. I'm enjoying my vacation right now.
Drees, shout out your channel. Shout out your channel so everybody know to tune in to what you got going on next.
The channel for y'all to check out is Boots on Ground. I left the link for my man right here. You could actually take the link that I just sent him, and it'll bring you to my channel on TikTok. And there's also a Boots on Ground channel on YouTube.
Got you. I'm about to put that right in the chat right now.
So I'm about to get out of here. About to go and head me a little bit of tree. Hopefully I catch me a baseball game before I turn in for the night.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you, man. Love you, brother. Just keep doing what you do.
All right, peace to the chat. Later.
All right. So you understand the game and what's going on. You understand. We're understanding what breaking down the game that you guys are gonna run into. I want to move into the moonlighting. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, and the moonlighting is this. Me and Check and Effect were together in Dominican Republic, and me and him systematically coined the term moonlighting. And the moonlighting situation is this as such: a woman that has a regular job and presents herself as a regular woman, but she also moonlights with the 304 game. You got to understand what you're looking at. You got to understand what you is. These are the women that will tell you that that SEGS or whatever is not free, but I'm not a pro. Those are the moonlighters. Those are not full-time professional shooters. You got to understand what you're dealing with and understand the signs. Understand the signs. Now, if you go to a city and you have a good dinner and then you trying to get her back to the crib and she's, no, and all that. And then she goes, I'm not going to your crib because I know what you want and I'm not trying to do that. It's not free. Like, you understand, she's telling you in so many words, fellas, for you square guys, that she's selling some goods. She's selling her mango. So you got to understand what's going on. Then you get some women. There are some women that's like, yo, I'm not feeling that. I love the date. It was great, but I'm not going to your crib to do all of this and all that, right? And then you might have something on your hands. You know what I'm saying? You might got something on your hands. But if she asks for money, and they will famously say on the island, I call the island, they'll famously say, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I know we've been talking or whatever. Even if you didn't meet her, we're talking. We've been a long time. I sent you some pictures and all that. Like, I need some help. And you'd be like, I don't even know you. Yeah, but I knew you enough to send these pictures. You hear me? I knew you enough to send these pictures and all that. Then that's a problem. That's a problem. I'm gonna take a quick break to the bathroom, guys, but I'm gonna play this video from Razor Rays, and I want y'all to see that while I step away for a moment. I just want to step away for a moment. Use the bathroom. Come back.
That's 5 or 6 all day.
But do you know?
And technically, you can drop Zoe down too, because Zoe is up kind of high on the list. You can drop Zoe down a little bit.
Oh, bringing a fire! BMT, you gotta subscribe to BMT channel. I'm dropping the channel you can get. BMT is bringing the smoke right now. Oh man,
no, I ain't bringing the smoke. You know, me and Zoe had a good debate. Me and Zoe had a good debate a couple of weeks ago. So shout out to my man Zoe. But I mean, if we're actually ranking them, then I'm gonna put Lord and Don over Zoe.
Lord and Don Banks over Zoe.
Yeah, for sure. As a matter of fact, Zoom needs to be up higher too. And man, Child Version needs to be up there. But the list is solid. The list is solid.
I Am Marwa isn't influencing travel now. You go to his channel, no excuse. He has videos. He's making He just hasn't been in. He's been in Argentina. He just hasn't been. Well, he just hasn't been in Colombia and stuff like that. I don't think. I don't think we should take that away from him since he hasn't because he hasn't been in DR and Colombia. But I got you.
But Rays.
Yeah.
Like I said, are we going solid by 2025? You got 2025.
He's doing numbers in 2025 too. You see, I haven't been in Mawa channel. He's been doing numbers.
I haven't seen him in the algorithm, so you might be right.
Yeah, but if you go to his channel, you see he's getting views, man. And when he go live, he gets a lot of views. If these guys keep their live streams up, because they be private in their lives, I guess But when they go live, they get a lot of views. They get a lot of people in the building, 500-600 people, and they get donations too, and they're getting, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Austin Holloman. He privates a lot of his live streams now, but when he go live, he get 500-600 people in the building with donations.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Live streams, they mess up the algorithm a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is the criteria. That's the criteria: views and being in the. All right, cool. Let me read these comments before I get back into it. Choppy. Right. That's whole ish. Ninjas fall in love with cooking and cleaning, ready to be a Western Union poppy. Oh, we forgot that term, fellas. We forgot that term, Western Union poppy. Western Union poppy is alive and well. Let's continue on. Oh, shit, I need these glasses now. I need them. Let's continue on. DR definitely has the worst people I ever met. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Jesus. Play the new intro. I did play the new intro. I did. Dre's beats is retarded. Dre's got some dope beats. No tengo plata. And the thumbnails. Bruce is a thumbnail dude. Let me just mention that. If you need thumbnails, holla at Bruce. You're starting your channel, holla at Bruce. Holla at Bruce. Pay that man. Bring that hash back, bro. You called that. I called that early, bro. And it happened in 6 months, bro. Bro. Jay Mitch told me something about a shorty that was facts. And I ended up trying to make a deal with the shorty, like, yo, do you get your bread, but just keep it a buck. She couldn't do it. That girl, if Jesus said, I'm gonna tell you what this girl is. The girl I was dealing with in Cartagena, right? There was no like wanting to be in a relationship, none of that. It was just like, yo, I know you're gonna do what you do. I'm not giving you none of my money. I was doing my thizzle for 0.90, right? But my thing was like, yo, if you slide out, just let me know, because then it changes the whole dynamics, right? So Jay Mitch then called it. He called it out, and it happened. It happened to be what it was. Damn, I want to see those DMs. I got to find them. I'm going to find them. Exactly. Plenty of videos in the groups with women getting popped when they're treated. Like, bro, it's just a thing. When you guys go over there thinking that you're going to ride the red pill wave and find something better outside of the States, okay, maybe you will. Maybe you will. And I do subscribe to the fact that certain things that a man wants, you're going to find them outside still, because in the States there's less and less women doing the things that a man needs, cooking, and even if you clean it. Like, for me personally, I'm the type of guy, like, if I'm in a relationship, like, if there's cooking and cleaning going on, that's a mutual thing. I'm a mutually cook and clean, because I like to cook. I love my father set the seeds, like, being a cooker. My father from the South, he's from North Carolina. So my father, he cooked his ass off. That brother was cold in the kitchen, cold as ice. His whole family, he grew up. My father it was two brothers and a whole bunch of sisters. My father had to learn how to cook, bro, because it was just natural. He definitely knew how to cook, and he definitely was a man. In actuality, everybody, my father's name is known as Man. They call him Man because he was a dog, but at the same time, he knew how to burn too. So that's the thing. So he from the South, so it is what it is. You know, my brothers, my sisters on my father's side, some of my brothers and my sisters on my mother's side know how to cook, but my brothers and sisters, all of them, my brother and my sister on my father's side, they all know how to burn. My brother in South Carolina, he lives in North Carolina, but he's from South Carolina. He builds grills out of oil tank, the oil barrels, the barrels. So he gets those oil barrels and he builds like a roasting grill. He does that. My brother can barbecue and cook like it ain't nobody's business. That's the family type that I came from, right? You know what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily need, me personally, I don't necessarily need a woman to cook and clean for me. I don't need that. I need somebody that's going to build this legacy. I need somebody that's going to be trustworthy. I need somebody that I know that what happens in the family stays in the family. And I need somebody that will definitely support the family and crash out for the family if necessary. Whether it's me bringing a blended relationship, if I meet a woman that got kids, like your kids are my family. And that's what it is. Because I got kids. I'm not the type of guy that says I'm not a man with kids shouldn't date a woman. Nah. I already got kids, so it'd be weird for me to say that you shouldn't date a woman with kids. If your kids are gonna be loved just like my kids is loved, right? In my family. So we need to build that. It's trust. And I haven't found somebody that I trust all along my travels. I trust all the way. You know what I'm saying? And that's been the problem. That's been 75% of the issue. The other 25% is the girl in Ecuador with her child and all that. But you know, it is what it is. Yes, I was invited to a Sunday dinner or special dinners in Paraguay with the lady friend. So like we go back to that. If you're not invited to the family function, if she's not introducing you to the people and you've traveled there many times to visit her, you are not the only one. It's guys like me and Jay Mitch that will fly in and put balls to them cheeks. We will do that. No problems, because that's not our wife. That's your wife. Keep her in pocket or get away from her. Understand what type of woman you're dealing with. You feel me? And I'm trying to tell you guys the truth. Now, shout out. I sometimes say things about the international zone. One of my homies cracked his girl, and I'm in Cartagena and my guy's hitting me. He was like, yo, you won't believe what happened. I said, what happened? He was like, yo, this shorty came to the crib. She was for the go. I said, what? I said, nah, bro, that's not his girl. Now, I don't watch Barbara's World's content, but my guy was like, yeah. She said that he does this. And I don't know how true this is, and I'm not going to hang my hat on it, but he said that, yeah, he's taking care of her. I don't know how true it is. But my guy cracked affiliate. I'm going to go out on a limb from a city kid to another city kid and say that was just one of his joints. But my guy cracked it. So you never really know. Serial glizzy eaters. Oh, man. About time you came to Light B.O.B. I've been trying to tell you. Oh, man. The big bros, the older G's is in the building. All right. Okay. That's why I don't want them coming over. America can be toxic. I mean, yes, that's Dreez's channel. Yes. Free 99. Yeah, we cook down here, fam. Shout out to the South. My DNA is South. Shout out to the South. Yeah, we burn. We don't need somebody cooking and cleaning. We need somebody that's going to be trustworthy and respect the family name. Respect the family name. You hear me? Respect the same. Nah, he lives in Laurel Hill, which is between Charlotte and Fayetteville. That's where my brother lives. It's country as hell. All I see is soybeans and cornfields where he lives. So that's where he lives. But that's just what it is. Now, here's another topic. Or here's another variant of the situation now that we got through the comments, fellas. You're a newbie. You fly into these countries, right? You've been chatting on the apps, right? Now, you got to understand that in certain countries, these women spend majority of the day on these apps or in these group chats trying to find you. They're trying to find you. So I will say this. I've said this before. If you haven't seen my red flags videos, I've done red flag videos. I think I'm probably up to 4 or 5. So I'm going to give you some red flag nuggets. If she does not have a job, don't even entertain her. Gentlemen, if you're looking for something serious outside of the United States, it doesn't matter where it is. If she does not have a job, do not entertain her. Do not entertain her. Or if her family does not come from affluence. If she got an apartment and you don't know her family's not helping her and you can't verify that, and she's got an apartment with no rent, that should be a red flag for you. Those are things you guys have to worry about as a green traveler. Like, yeah, she's beautiful. She takes care of me. The SEGS is good. Like things like that. Cool. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the okie doke because you got to get to the nitty gritty. How are you affording this life? I know things cost. Your family own the building. No. Who owns the building? Somebody's paying her rent, whether it's Pookie and Ray Ray or little Darius from from IT, or somebody's paying her rent. You understand what I'm saying? She got an account at Western Union. She got an account at Caribe Express. She got an account at MoneyGram. These are the things you fellas should be looking out for. And these are not what these other guys is going to tell you. You need to look out for these things. You need to investigate. Don't go into it. Don't put all your eggs in the basket because this woman is treating you good. She's treating you good. That is just normal. They're going to treat you good. They're going to treat you good. It's their culture. They're going to treat their man good. They're going to cook. They're going to clean. They're going to make sure that the bolas is empty and the belly is full. That's normal work. But can you trust her outside the crib? Can you trust her when you're outside the country? And that's the problem that a lot of guys is running into because guys don't really understand the dynamics. Mind you that these motherfuckers don't even understand the language. They talking to her on translator, but now you got a wife. No, nigga. Now we got a wife. Listen to me clear. No, you don't got a wife. We got a wife. You hear me? We got a concubine. Thank you for bringing it to the States because I don't have to travel anymore. It's a $200 flight. She comes through. I'll take her to my city and just do it. And she comes back. Oh, I got to visit my family in New York. I got to buy me a ticket to New York. She get to New York, and then you bought the flight from New York to where you at. I've heard it happen. I've heard these stories. The black women that get on YouTube and TikTok and say, y'all niggas is crazy for doing all of this. That chick is just trying to meet her Juan Pablo that's already here. There's some truth to that in some situations. Not every situation is true like that, but it has happened. There is evidence to support. And unfortunately, there's a lot of evidence to support. What is the ratio? What I'm curious of, ladies and gentlemen, is to understand the ratio of men that have married and brought women back to the States, right? That have had these issues with these women where they do exorbitant things or extracurricular things outside your marriage. Now, I'll give you the statistics on the white man. If a female is usually when white men marry a woman from somewhere, they usually don't go. They're usually happy with the situation because the culture is geared. The world is geared towards women from outside of the first world countries to marry white men and because they feel that they're going to live a better lifestyle. But you as a Negro, you're behind the eight ball. You're behind the eight ball. You can't. You're behind the game. You can't. I mean, you're gonna have to jump through hoops. It's the same way that black people say, "Man, I had to work so hard. I had to work harder than Chris, or I had to work more harder than Chad or Todd to get this job." The same way you have to do with women outside the States because of Razor's top 10 list of how we see ourselves as far as traveling YouTubers. The women can see that too. Oh, you just out here smashing. So I'm going to take your green card. I'm going to enjoy the lifestyle you have. Sex is nothing. I'm definitely going to enjoy the sex, but my mind and my heart is not into you. Little do you know. So you really have to do a vetting process. There has to be a vetting process. I'm not even going to get into the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that guys really need to be boots on ground for a long time to really understand the type of women that you're dealing with. I've seen stories where guys met a girl on a trick situation and ended up taking her out the game from a short term. Yeah, I got to go back Monday, but I like you. I want to stay at you. And then she's like, while he's gone, she's still tricking and he's doubling down, showing her that he's serious about her. And then until the process starts, until she sees that CSIS number, case number, that's when she'll slow it down. She'll slow it down. I didn't say stop it. She'll slow it down. I recently contacted a shorty or just got in contact with a shorty from Venezuela, and she tried to tell me she was a hairdresser. I mentioned one name from Cartagena. I mentioned one guy's name from Cartagena, and all of a sudden she says, yeah, I used to work for a little 6 months because I met her before and she forgot. I met her before through my guy and she forgot. I met her actually Flip-Flop. I was with Flip-Flop in Cartagena and I met that girl in a group of girls and she forgot. And I had to tell her, like, yeah. I dropped that name and she was like this. That's what I do because I'm in them streets. I'm actually touching these people. I'm not saying that it's for everybody. I'm just telling you my experience. I met these people. So I dropped that name and the name, then she came clean. She was like, yeah, I used to boom, 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 but I'm done. I met my guy. I'm engaged and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Showing her he's serious means Western Union, Poppy. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. And that's not a lot. They seen so many bodies until they can't remember and you don't want to. And that's crazy. I've never heard these numbers out of DR, but I'm sure Dominican numbers are high. But when I was in Medellin and I actually sat down with and chopped it up with a 304. I never did anything with her, but we chopped it up and I said, you know, what are you looking at? And she told me a number. Then when I went to Brazil and I sat down with a 304 and she told me, I did the interview. If y'all haven't seen that interview, I'll release it again. I'll put it up. I privatized the video, but I'll release it again. I sat down with 3 or 4. She had over 50,000 dudes that she can count. So you're going to take, because she's beautiful, you're going to take her off the streets. We're talking 50,000 glizzies. 50,000 glizzies, fam. 50,000 glizzies. Like my brother J-Min said right now. Them bitches in Medellin are fucking turnstiles, bro. Unfortunately. Now, I'm not going to tell you that there's no good women in Medellin. There are some. But the grand ratio of women that you're going to meet when you're there, if you're not there for a long amount of time, you're going to meet. Medellin has an addiction. Medellin, Colombia has an addiction with money. From the men to the women, they have an addiction with money. Maybe it's from the old narco days, but they have an addiction for money. Money is God in Medellin. And by any means necessary, they get it. And I understand it. It's a third world country. There are some third world countries that you can go to, like Honduras, like Nicaragua. And yes, those places do have their 304 areas. But Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, there are women that don't subscribe to that game. They're real sincere people. And it's probably the last in Latin America. Probably Bolivia, because Bolivia, not a lot of travelers go to Bolivia because Bolivia is really not, they're really not open to all these travelers, man, especially Americans. They have something, I don't know what it is, but there's something about Bolivia that a lot of guys don't travel to. You've seen the influx of guys traveling to Peru. When I was in Lima, Peru, it wasn't that. They had a section, they had that, but now the women are starting to go. Cool. Chile, Argentina, they'll go. Brazil, obviously, you know, they'll go. Colombia, they'll go. But there's places still, there's one place that I'm not going to name. I've named it before. I'm not going to name. I'm going to keep that cool because a lot of guys is even scared to go over there. A lot of guys are scared to go to this place because this place is a little bit more dangerous than Colombia. It's more dangerous if you don't know how you're moving. And sometimes they shut down the country. It seems like they have a president, but really the underground lifestyle is really running that country. So you got to be cool. You got to be cool in that country. And if David Freeman was here, if Foreman and Freeman was here, he'd tell you he knows what it is. That country, not a lot of guys is going to go to that country because they know what it is. But you guys got to understand what type of woman you're dealing with if you're looking for love. If you're really looking for love and looking for a relationship, you got to know how to weed out the people. Number one, make sure she has a job. Number two, if you spent significant time getting to know her, significant travel time, and she does not introduce you to her family, that's a problem. And they all got family. They all got family. You'll see on their WhatsApp statuses, their Instagram statuses, their Facebook statuses, that Sunday there's a dinner being cooked and people's there, their kid running around. That's family time. If you're not invited to those activities, then you ain't it. You understand what I'm saying? And it's wild work that you guys could marry somebody, take them up out the country, and you never had a Sunday fun day with the family. Wild work. Now, there are guys that do have Sunday fun day. And here's where I'll tell you is the problem. If you have Sunday fun day with the family and you end up spending money on the Sunday fun day, like you bought all the food, you bought all the liquor and all that shit, you need to understand because the family's in on it. The family's in on it. Oh, get Terrell. Terrell's coming? Okay, just tell Terrell asked what you need. Okay, Terrell asked what you need. Okay. They need everything. Terrell bought everything. When you buying everything, if the uncles don't come in and chip in, if the dad don't come in and chip in, like that's wild work. It's wild work. You understand what you're getting. So when you bring it to the States, it's gonna be, we need to send money to my mama. We need to send, and it's gonna be a stipend. Oh, something happened. The house, the hurricane, a tornado hit that house. Tornado didn't hit no other house on the streets, but that house. Oh, we gotta repair the roof. We gotta send $2,000. You got to understand what type of women you're dealing with when you're in these streets. If you're looking for something real, we're not talking about the pro guys. The pro guys is easy. They got the BMT app for that. The pro guys is easy. They got Zoom to Thailand and all the other guys for the pro joints. You got Lucky. You got the pro joints. That's easy. That is so easy. That is so easy. A caveman can do it. But the real women, like you got to understand the way to navigate the bullshit. And you gotta have a long vetting process. It can't be short. If you're bringing somebody, if you've fallen in love off the PU blank blank Y, then you gotta understand that you gotta have some an awakening at some point and say, wait, is she really for me or she's for the green card? Now that Trump set down the borders, the cases are rising again. Because remember, there was a point in time when these women wanted to stay in their countries, right? I've met so many women in so many different avenues, right? And I met so many women that was just like, nah, I'd rather stay here. And the reason that these women rather stay in the country is because these women are getting a lot of money from these guys. There are women that sit all day, group of women that sit all day and pass numbers to each other. They'll put up a picture on their status on WhatsApp. I'll tell you the game. I hate, look, we dropping the numbers. I hate it because the guys that drop, they need to hear this. These women will sit together in a group and they'll take a group picture of them looking sexy. Facts. They look good. And then somebody will be like, yo, who's your girl? And so they'll pass the number and then you on. The whole game's the same. The whole group is on the same type of page. Oh, this American one. Okay, cool. And they happy. Oh, he want my number. Give it to him. Give it to him, Charmaine. Give it to him, Laquita. Give it to him. Give it to him, Maria. And then you get the number, and then you think you got the layup, but you didn't get the layup. You got a headache after that point. Because what you don't understand is that she's gamed up. She understands the game. Oh, yeah, that's my girl. I'm a good girl. I work every day. I got 2 kids, nothing crazy. And then at some point she has a problem. The kid's sick, the mother died, the grandmother died, somebody get hit by a bus, somebody fell off a moto and have scrapes in the hospital. Can you help me? It's going to happen. Or if you make it past all that and then you end up marrying her, like you on the lam. You on the lam. The money you making until that girl get a job, and then when she do get a job and she's in your house, she's sending money back to the crib. She ain't investing in the crib. These women a lot of these women, not all, but a lot of these women are educated in the school of this. His money is my money. My money is my money. You understand what I'm saying? His money is our money. My money is my money. I do what I want. She pays no bills. She doesn't contribute to the house. And so you guys got to understand that. You guys got to understand that. You guys need a female with a trade, some type of skills that would translate to the United States. Even though I was dating a doctor, I knew that she couldn't come to the United States and be a doctor. The United States is not going to let that rock. You got to go to school. You got to go to med school, little baby. You got to go to med school. You got to graduate from med school, and then you got to start out, walking around with a doctor and doing all that. She could be 40, 50 years old. She got to start from the bottom in the United States. But a hairstylist is a go. She can hit the ground running. You're gonna have to take care of her. But I tell you what about hairstylists. Hairstylists are one of the worst. Hairstylist is the equivalent of a nurse in the United States. Bad rap, justified rap. You got to understand. You got to understand what type of women you're dealing with. So boom, this is the gems I'm trying to give y'all guys so y'all can move quickly and understand what type of game is going on. You understand and then to move forward to the 304 game. If you a weekend warrior and you dealing with a 304 and you thinking you gonna get a nice price, you got to understand what type of woman you looking at. If you, for instance, I'll give you the Sasua game. I'll give you the Sasua game from what I've learned. Right, everybody's experience is different. If you're in Sasua for 4 or 5 days and you see all these women, Friday night in Amvi or one of the clubs, you start to see baddies start coming. Them baddies ain't out in the streets all day. Them baddies only show up for certain type of situations. And when they show up, you know they dollar sign, they dollar prices high as hell. Because they don't pop out because they getting taken care of. They already got people taken care of. You understand what I'm saying? These females that show up to your crib and pay their own taxi and all that shit in some places, they got sponsors. They got sponsors, gentlemen. You got to understand the game. There is no reason under God's green earth that you guys still should be taking a fool. And the only reason I can understand is because you're not tuned into the BOB's channel. Because I'm telling you what it is. I've talked to these women. I'm friends with these women. I got 304s in my WhatsApp. I talk to them almost every day or almost every week. Never did anything with them. Never done nothing with them. No hug, no kiss, no nothing. Well, kiss on the cheek. You know what I'm saying? Hug, just what's up? I see you. What's up? Type shit. But never know I'm, in them cheeks. None of that. But these women, they talk to me. I'm like the 304 whisper. You dig? So y'all boys out there doing that, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to put y'all up on this game. A lot of the guys that watch my channel, they already know. Again, I'm gonna brag a little bit. 303, the PLPU has not taken any losses. Not taking any losses. The real PLPU members. We ain't took no losses. My guys is up. These other groups that you guys is in, these discords that y'all in, y'all taking losses. My guys is up on game. My guys teach me new games. You know what I'm saying? And our group, because it's our group, my guys teach me new games. Shout out to the PLB. Jay Mitch, I'm going to say it because I didn't want to say it. I'm no longer even an admin in my group. I'm no longer an admin in my group. So anything that goes on in my group, we got the admins will take care of whatever it is. I have no say-so over that group no more. So my guys say what they say. They say how they feel. They feel certain ways about certain things, and you respect it. But we don't take losses in my group. So y'all need to hop in. If y'all want to hop into the PLP, you get it. We don't take losses. We don't take no losses. Nobody takes losses because we know what's up. But there's a lot of guys that don't understand. A lot of new guys that don't understand. And the guy that's telling you to go here is not giving you the lay of the land. The YouTuber that you're following, most of the guys on that list that Razor Raise is not giving you the lay of the land. Like, yo, be cool. They'll give it to their close homies. They'll give the game to their close homies, but they ain't giving it. Look, you got to pay $39.99 for that extra. You got to pay $39.99 for that. Let me read the comments. Nasty work. It's that Pablo culture, bro. Take 50 years to get rid of the mentality, and that's what it is. They are money. It's about money. I had somebody trying to send me to Jesus over $10 in Medellin. I told this story before. I'll tell it again. Shout out to my guy, and everybody who knows me knows my guy in Medellin. They know one of my guys. The other guy is his guy. They know my guy. I put my guy on the phone. He squashed that immediately. You dig? So that's that mentality. From what you guys say about Colombia, it's a turnoff for me. I would just go to check it out. No, it's good. As long as you got your mind right. If you go to Medellin and you got your mind right and your head on a swivel type game and you not boo-boo the fool, you ain't wild and you ain't overly thirsty. And I'm going to touch that overly thirsty type situation. You ain't overly thirsty. You'll be fine in Medellin. Cartagena, you're not going to have no problems. Cali, you got to be careful. Bogota, you got to be super careful. Bogota is really the most dangerous place in Colombia. Bogota is dangerous as hell. There's a lot of people that go to Bogota that have these situations that you're hearing about on DC Rob that don't report it. More in Bogota. Bogota is dangerous as hell. Bogota crime rate is ridiculous. It's the capital. Name me one capital that don't have a high rate of crime. I'll wait. Bogota is that. Bogota is probably the most dangerous to the tourists. Cali is dangerous for Colombians. I'm going to tell you that again. Cali, Colombia is dangerous to Colombians. And it can be dangerous to you if you're thinking shit is sweet. It can be. Medellin is dangerous for the sexual tourist guys. If you're going for some box, you got to be careful because you don't know what type of prize you're going to win dealing with the chicas. Now, Cartagena is a money grab. So you're the most that's going to happen to you out of Cartagena is you're going to be charged a crazy price for something, food, or fucking a refrigerator magnet. You're going to be a boat ride. You're going to be charged crazy. And you got to be hip to the prices, and you got to understand. You got to be able to. Cartagena is more Dominican to me than any other place I've ever been. You understand what I'm saying? Rio's cool. You know what you're doing. You know what you went for. The thing about Rio that I experienced, and other people will say something different. Thinking that you're gonna meet a regular joint on the streets is kind of difficult because if you're in an area and they know you're American, most 9 times out of 10 you're gonna run into a pro in Rio. We walked that beach for days. Copacabana. We walked Copacabana for days, and we kept meeting girls. Shout out to Cowboy. He's there to tell you the truth. Kept meeting girls. And the girls I kept meeting, they was 304s. I seen them doing bike riding, rollerblading, doing normal jogging and all that shit, getting in shape. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to bag this little joint and I found out, I work over there. We find out she's in Doce Vidas or Equitivo or whatever the club's over there, right? So you find, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hard. You got to actually know the language to be able to engulf yourself in that. And then me and Cowboy, we got a spot that we ain't never going to tell y'all niggas was at, where probably the most baddest joints in Rio de Janeiro is at. We ain't never going to tell y'all where that at. And they ain't pros. Bad joints. Baddies. Right? I'll never tell y'all that. That's a bad joint. There's some baddies over there. My homeboy Rob that used to own Sweet Georgia Cafe, he introduced us to another spot where there's nothing but regular joints over there. That's cool. Those are the spots. But when you're dealing in those tourist areas, if you're a new guy, I want to go to Rio, you're gonna run into some pros, and they're gonna run into some pros unbeknownst to you. Obviously, if you go to Sosúa, you know what it is. You go to Punta Cana, 8 times out of 10, you're probably gonna run into a pro. You go to Boca Chica, you're gonna run into the pros. You go to Santo Domingo and you're a gringo, you don't speak the language, you're gonna run into, or you don't know how to vet things. And I'm gonna give you guys another nugget with 3 hours in. I'm not gonna go too long for y'all, too much longer, but I'm gonna give y'all some nuggets of how to find some good women, right? Country to country that I've been to, or country, I'll do the Chitlin circuits, right? How to find decent women. Here's one. If you're in the Dominican Republic, and you're using Tinder, Bumble, all that shit, right? I would say remove that. Here is what I used to do back in the day, and I never, ever told anybody this, guys, so y'all getting exclusive information. I would go on Facebook, search a name, and then you can filter it to the city that you're going to be in. So then a whole bunch of people that live in that city has name. And I would add them as friends and start talking to them. The Dominican people, they don't like strangers in their social media per se. So you're gonna get, who are you? What's you? Send me some pictures. Who the fuck are you? I don't know you. You're gonna get that. But if you can ride the waves through that, and you get to, hey, you know, my suggestion is when you start saying hello and they respond to you back in the messages, or they add you and they respond to you back. My thing is, how are you doing? My name is such and such and such. I'm from such and such and such. I thought you were beautiful and I wanted to get to know you. That works for me a lot in Dominican Republic. Like, you know, the Facebook game. Facebook is how I was doing most of my work in DR. How you doing? But you have to introduce yourself. If you don't introduce yourself from the beginning, they're gonna be like, you're a desconocido, you're a stranger, and they will block you or stop talking to you. You feel me? So you're gonna have to be able to do that. That's a game that's free game, free 99. You didn't have to pay $39.99 for that. That's for tapping into the regular joints. Now, if you're on the apps, Tinder and Bumble, you're gonna get majority pros. You're gonna get some chapeadoras and all that, where you don't really know. You're gonna have to spend a little money. Somebody's gonna stop drinking Presidentes and ask for Coronas, Buchanan's, and Heineken's while she's with you. Those are the chapeadoras you have to worry about on those apps. Plus the pros that you're gonna get. The pros in Dominican Republic, they will talk to you normal. They will show up to your crib, but they will go to your crib, which in Colombia, a lot of women are not gonna show up to your crib. They want to go out and eat and dance and all that, and then they might come back to your crib. I'm giving y'all the game. Whether y'all agree with it or not, whether people get mad at me or not, but this is the game. And they will show up to your crib, but they have a price on it. If you try, you're dancing, you're cooking, you order some food, or maybe you slide out, you come back to the crib, and if you try to crack, she'll say, mi amor, pero excúsame, mira, bueno, yo sé, el tiempo contigo era buena, yo disfruté mi tiempo contigo, pero por sexo yo cobrar. So she's basically saying, yo, I had a good time with you. We went out, we ate, we did a good time, we danced, all that. But if you want to have sex, it's gonna cost. And you had no idea from the beginning. You probably even asked her if she was a professional, and you had no idea. So I'm giving you this free game from experience, from boots on grounds. If you guys are into that game, right? Let me read some comments. Jaws, before you go, Jaws, I think definitely you'll enjoy Colombia if you take the information that we're telling you. I'll be there in August, so you can slide with me if you have the time. And so I'll show you the ropes. The pro spot is easy. That's easy. There's several places where they're at. We're going to end up in some of the pro spots anyway, because one of the clubs that they have is banging. I love that club. So it's dope. Stop being scared. You will enjoy your time. Just hit CTG Barranquilla on the coast. Barranquilla would be for the guy that's looking for real love and want to bag something. You go to Barranquilla. Now, Barranquilla, they're gonna go. It's a short drive to Cartagena, so they're gonna go to Cartagena to sell box, because these women are not just gonna try to sell you box. Right? They're gonna want, if they're gonna get into the game, they trying to get enough money so that they can handle what they need. So they're gonna go to Cartagena, get their bread, and come back on a bus. So when you're in Barranquilla, if you're meeting women, you're meeting some genuine joints. I met some joints. I had no idea. Some of the things I bagged in Barranquilla was crazy. I was like, there's no way that she's here with me. She was bad, and she was for the go. The only problem I had with the two women that I was like that with was that they wanted more kids. I really don't want kids. I don't want kids. That was another thing that I meant. Now I'm remembering. A lot of women I meet, they want more kids, and I don't want more kids. I'm good. I got mine. If he's used to Paraguay, I think CTG will be too wild for him. That's a fact. CTG will be too wild, but if you stay cool and just do your tourist thizzle, you can navigate that, though. You can navigate that. Hairstylists, manicurists, nurses are the worst. Facts. I'm not lying. My brothers is co-signing this, and we talking about people. We're not talking about people that are weekend warriors. We're talking about people that spent months in these countries. Months. These are not your short-termers like the YouTubers on that list want you guys to be or advocate to. I'm this particular subject I'm advocating to both sides, but I'm telling the guys, the long terms, that I'm gonna go down there and do that. You got to understand that hairstylists, manicurists, nurses are probably terrible in these countries to deal with. It's a fact. Consultations at BOB. That's crazy about Bogota. I know Andrew Henderson loves to talk about Bogota, but he does talk about being in the most expensive neighborhoods. Yeah, Bogota is a little crazy. Bogota is actually, from everything that I've learned, Bogota is One, this is what I've learned. I could be wrong, but I'm just telling you what I know right now. Outside of Bogota is where the scopamine plant grows. This is what I was told from the Colombians. I don't know if they're telling me a lie, nothing, but it was gross. Scopamine started in Bogota. It started in Bogota. It branched out to the other cities. So Bogota is kind of it's the capital city. So it's just what it is. I Strata 5 and 6 only in Bogota. Yo, you can say that again. Too much like DR for me, to me. And that's why I try to stay away from CTG. I mean, I like CTG. It grew on me. I hated CTG. The first 3 trips to CTG, I hated it. The first 2 trips. The third trip, it started to open. Actually, talking to Jay Mitch opened my eyes to CTG. And while I was in CTG, the last CTG is Cartagena, for guys that don't know the airport codes. So I will always talk in airport codes, right? The people in my phone, beside their name, it has an airport code, so I remember where they're at, right? Because there's so many people on my phone. CTG is Cartagena. CLO is Cali. MDE is Medellin. BOG is Bogota. SDQ is Santo Domingo. STI is Santiago. POP is Puerto Plata. PUJ is Punta Cana. You know what I'm saying? So those are the codes that I use for whatever. So CTG, yeah. Rob over there riding bikes along the beach in Brazil. Rob doing good things. Rob found his niche and he's good. Shout out to Black Moses. NDR for me. I stay off Tinder and Cupid. I just like to talk to them in person. Never try Facebook. Facebook's it's a good vibe, man. It's a good vibe because you can kind of see their whole family structure. You can kind of see what they're into. You can see their life more on Facebook. Instagram, they're really just showing you what they want to show you on Instagram. But Facebook, here's the thing with Facebook. And I'm going to give you another nugget on Instagram, guys. Instagram has your first page, then they have your page with the short videos, and then they have a page where people tagged you and shit, right? So if you swiping through and she don't have all of that, it might be a fake page, or it might be like her second Instagram page where she just wants you to see pictures of her. But if she's her main page and you can swipe through and see the videos, and you can swipe through and see people tag her, you can see what people tagged her in the video, right? Everybody know that in Instagram. You can understand what her lifestyle's like and what she's on. If she's tagged in videos of upscale restaurants and fucking any bitch, any female that's on ATVs, that raises a red flag for me. It just raises my awareness, not a red flag, raises my awareness. ATVs is not common in the Dominican Republic. ATVs is not common in Colombia, right? Nobody goes out and say, I want to ride an ATV with the family. That's not what they do. They'd rather go to the river in DR or go to the beach or be at the have a party in the crib type shit, or go to a club or something like that. But ATVs always, for me, triggers she is around some Americans or some foreigners, right? It triggers me. So you see ATVs, don't go crazy over it, but just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Just pay attention. But Facebook, you can see everything. You can't hide the tags in Facebook. Somebody tagged you, or you can't see, for instance, if it's her birthday on Facebook, a whole bunch of people saying happy birthday. If their last name ain't Sanchez, or if their last name ain't what's a Latin name? If their last name ain't something Latin, and it's a whole bunch of John Jenkins or Steve Smiths or something like that wishing a happy birthday, you understand what type of shorty you dealing with. You can't hide those joints. On your main page, on your face, on your wall, you can't hide that on Facebook. So you can see what you're dealing with. I'm giving y'all free fucking game. I should be charging y'all for that. And by the way, while I'm on the subject, the use of Razor Razor's channel and his page was fair use according to their YouTube policy. So if they don't like what I'm saying, they try to come at me, it's fair use. So shout out to Razor Raze. Check out his channel if you're into that. I just wanted to disclaim that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're dealing with. Let's see. They have to bring money home for the family. That's a fact. They definitely have to bring money home for the family. So you got to understand what type of chick you're dealing with. Y'all wasting y'all time in Colombia. Sweden has the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Just John. I've never been to Sweden, so I can't say anything to that effect. But I can say that Colombia does have a lot of beautiful women. And Colombia until recently, for me, was a good spot. And I kind of believe that there's still places in Colombia that gringos don't travel because of fear and safety, but you can meet some good women. I still believe that. Unfortunately, I still believe that. Now, where we travel, it ain't that. Medellin, Cartagena, and some parts of Cali, like Cali still got good women. Cali still got good women. In fact, I'm pretty sure that when you travel there, you meet a shorty in Cali, you're probably not going to get to the decent joints. You're probably going to get to the joints that are trying to just enjoy. A lot of women in Colombia will enjoy a night out and enjoy some dancing and all that shit and go home. You will get women asking for money in Colombia. That's not out the realm. You know what I'm saying? It is not on the level of DR though. It's not on the level I don't think anywhere in the world is on the level of DR. That they just ask you for an absorbent amount of money. Now, you can still find something significant in Colombia, but it ain't gonna be in Medellin. It ain't gonna be in Cartagena. It could be in Cartagena if you go south, like way south away from the city, and she don't ever go up north to Mango or the Clock Tower or Boca Grande. Like you could possibly find that, right? But beautiful women. Just John, I've seen probably the top 20 women. I've seen a lot of women in my life. I play sports. I've seen a lot of beautiful women here in the States and abroad. With the Venezuelans coming across the border and the Cartagena exoticness from the coast, from Barranquilla to Cartagena to Santa Marta, they have some absolutely gorgeous women. Gorgeous. I can't deny it. Now, if Sweden got it, I haven't been. I'm trying to be on it. I'm gonna be on it. Dominican Republic got some baddies. They got some baddies, but the inside is rotted. The apple looks good on the outside, but the inside is brown, fellas. And so it'll take you a long time to be able to circumvent that to find something decent. It's like finding DR, unfortunately, is like finding a needle in a haystack to find a good woman. And me and Big J was at odds about that, about understanding the Dominican situation, right? It's a weird situation to navigate. CTG is too damn hot for me. He's miserable. Damn, TC. Oh man, I just got back on Facebook a few months ago. 1K hoes from CTG flooded my page. J Mitch, Facebook is the unsung hero for finding chicks, bro. I'm telling you, if that's what you guys are into, I'm telling you, you don't need to subscribe to nobody's app, or you don't need to look. Finding the blue or the red door, is a blue door or red door. Finding the red door, you don't need no app for that. Finding shorties, you don't need to pay for the apps anymore. I was just commenting to the PLPU, man, and between 2022 and 2020, early 2024, I paid so much money in these apps, bro, monthly. Like Latin Cupid was $44 a month. So I had that shit for like 3 years. So you can imagine how much I paid, right? And then on top of that, I have Bumble and Tinder at the same time. And I'm paying so much money. As far as if I put it in a mongering sense, did I get my money's worth? I mean, yeah, but what my ulterior motive was, it was very little that I found in my ulterior motive and what I really wanted. I wanted a significant relationship, right? So Facebook, just trust me, try the Facebook. I was about to go, Check was in, he was going to Thailand. Check was in, where the fuck was Check? Check was somewhere and he hit me. He was like, yo, I'm going here. Listen, I'm going here. I'm letting you know early. Because Check don't tell nobody where he's moving, right? But Check, and he was like, yo, I'm telling you early. And I couldn't move. But I was like, yeah, let me plan it. And so I did a little reconnaissance mission on Facebook and I met some joints. And so on my Facebook now, which I started a little Facebook group, I got a few Thailand joints. and 100% of the Thailand joints on my joints are pros. I typed in a name. I Googled. Here's what I did. I was going to go to, here's where I was going to go. I was going to go to Korea, right? Because my plane landed in Korea. Whatever the plane I was going to take, it landed in Korea first, and then I think it bumped off, something like that. And so I was like, I got Korean family, like blood, Korean family. So I was like, yo, I got Korean, Filipino, Irish, Italian blood. So I said, listen, I'm going to go to Korea. Let me just search. So I looked up on Google, what's a common female name? I'm giving y'all free math. Common female name in Cambodia, Vietnam, Korea. And so I looked up the name. Then I searched it in Facebook. Then I filtered to the city where I'm going to be at, right? And then all these women started coming up, right? And so I started to, hit them up. I add them, hit them up. They answer. Some of them don't. And then from what I got, I said, at minimum, I could meet somebody that'd be like, yo, I'm a tourist. I'm trying to come. Can you show me around type shit? Teach me some things. You know what I'm saying? That was the game. And I met a lot that way. So if you boys want to use the Facebook app, go ahead and use that. I gave y'all a free nugget. And it's Facebook's free 99. You just find a typical name. You want to go to anywhere in Latin America and search Maria, you're going to find a million Marias. You just select the one that's bad for you. That's a baddie, and then you start talking to her. And if she answers, she answers. If she don't, she don't. You move on to the next, right? You keep going. You keep shooting until you get one. So that's the Facebook game. You hear me? That's the Facebook game. Let me see. Just John said Stockholm. Let me see. He said Stockholm was amazing. Their feminism is nothing like the one in the States. Definitely not stuck up and hard-headed like these women. I've heard I've heard from people about Swedish women. I don't know a lot. I've heard that they're beautiful. I think there was a famous model from Sweden or something like that, right? It may be for some guys, it may not. You know what I'm saying? I particularly need something with some thickness, some curves on it. I don't know if the Swedish people got that. You might, Just John, tell me if I'm wrong. You know better than I do. I need some curves. Nowhere in the DR begging level. Nobody has it better than them. I've seen some Paraguayan IG models that go to CTG taking pics by the clock tower and going to the restaurant. Yeah, they're selling box. Ain't no ways around it. Always during my time out there, I realized Helsinki, Finland are hidden gems. My basketball coach, my senior year in high school, we had an assistant basketball coach. He played in Sweden, Finland, all that. And he was training me. And if it wasn't for him, I never would have played Division I basketball if it wasn't for him. Because he took me, that was a terrible high school player, and he took me and he showed me the game. So we went to Tufts University, and we used to sneak into those gyms at Tufts University, and we used to play one-on-one. I'd never beat him in one-on-one. He's just that good. But I learned so much about the game from him in those ass whoopings, and then it elevated me. It elevated my toughness. It elevated a lot of things. But he used to play ball out there, and he used to tell me, he's in DC right now. He's in Chocolate City. Shout out to my former coach Kyrie. He's in Kari. He's in DC right now. But he taught me so much about the game, so much. I gotta hit him up on Facebook to tell him thank you, because he taught me so much. But he used to tell me about the bras over there, or he mentioned it, and he used to be like, yo, that was for the go. But he liked chocolate joints. He's a light-skinned brother. He likes the chocolate joints. After going to Colombia and Brazil, going to DR is like going from high-rise condos in an upscale neighborhood to a city dump. Oh, man, TC. God damn. Just John, I like 6-foot blonde women. Shout out to the snow bunnies. I love snow bunnies. They got some baddies. Some of them have stuck up attitude, but Finnish women are gorgeous. Yeah, that Northern Europe, Eastern Europe, I heard some good things about them. And I think there's one country, is it Romania or Ukraine, one of those countries, I'm not sure, that really love black men, if that's what you're into. Hello, damn, my lady friend told me that as well. These chicks are very popular in Paraguay. I mean, guys, these is gems for the team. I do my best to give y'all the gems. I do my best to give y'all some information that if you are boots on ground somewhere, you understand the lay of the land and you have a better idea of what you're searching for. If you're a weekend warrior, I hope some of these nuggets will get to you. Understand what you're doing, pay your price, get in, get out. Be careful of what footage you're recording and be careful of what things you're bringing back to the States because it can jam you up. If the customs of that particular country ask to see your phone, because I've heard stories where certain customs officials of the country that you're leaving do ask to see your phone. You have no choice but to see that, but to give them your phone. And if you have footage on them joints on your phone of you and a tripod up and you doing some mattress exercises, you may be jammed up. Now, Drees gave y'all a nugget. Put it on back that shit up on a damn storage thing. I just say don't do it. What do you need it for? What do you need a mixtape for? Don't record nothing. Just enjoy your trip and keep that in your mind. And if you're a mongerer, create your fantasy and do it again. Repeat it. The next time you're there, do it again. If that's what you into. But to record it, it just jams you up. It just jams you up. For me, I'm the type of person that, like, if there is a low percentage of that happening, that low percentage will happen to me. So I stay away from shit like that. I'm not gonna record shit. Now, I have took some pictures and I have shared some pictures. But they're very few and far between. My phone is full of pictures that somebody sent me. Not that I've taken or videos that I've taken. I just, I'm too busy doing me to be taking pictures and taking videos. I'm too busy doing me. And I damn sure ain't gonna call a girl and ask her to send me a picture of her doing something with somebody else. That's wild work. That's wild work. That cucking is wild work, bro. That's wild work. Your man just beat a RICO case due to cucking. Hey, B.O.B., it's a memory. We wanna relive the moment. Nah, just John, go back again and relive it again. I'm just saying that you can record the footage, do what you got to do for you. But in the case that customs or the immigration asks to see your phone and then you got all that shit on there, they're gonna ask some questions. You're gonna miss your flight. You're almost certified to miss your flight while they investigate what you're doing. So, like Dree said, put it on a fucking storage device, or put it on somewhere that is not on your phone. Tuck that storage device in your damn luggage if that's what you're doing. I'm not giving y'all information. I'm just saying, if that's what y'all doing, I am giving y'all information, but I'm not condoning it per se, right? If that's what you want to do, put that on your storage device. Don't put it on your phone. Keep your phone clean, because you walk through customs, your bag's underneath, your phone's with you, and they're going to ask for your phone because they know everybody got a phone. No, nobody travel without a phone. So they're going to ask for that. So keep your footage somewhere else they're going to do, right? If you have to have it, right? So those are the tips. Watch out for the red flags. The red flags I've outlined for you guys. Please watch out for those red flags. And please don't respect that top 10 list. What the fuck? Let me put this back up, because this is crazy. What is that? What is that? Like, for real? Those are your travelers? So now the world that tune in, all the subscribers that raise God, the world's going to tune in and say, yeah, those are mongers. You got an alleged creep camera. You got a couple alleged creep cameras. You got a 304 certified 304 video recorder. You got an international trick sprinkled in with a couple of real travelers, but you didn't put any of the other real travelers on that channel, which is wild work. It's wild work. Anyways, we are 3 hours and 34 minutes in. I'm going to shut it down, bro. Thank y'all guys for tuning into the BOB. Please lock in with me. We're going to bring y'all some gems. I'm giving you, so y'all know I do it out of love. I do it out of love, guys. This is all love. I do it out of love. I'm gonna continue to give you all these gems. You understand what I'm saying? Travel with some dignity. Travel with some respect. If you decide to marry a 304, I mean, do you keep that shit off the internet? You know what I'm saying? Monitor your chica or your wife when she's back in the country, when she's in the United States with you. You understand what I'm saying? Bruce want me to play the intro again. Oh man, all right, I'm gonna do that for you, Bruce. I'm gonna do that to you. I'm gonna do that for Bruce, man. Because Bruce took his time to make that intro. I'm gonna do that for Bruce, man. I'm gonna play it. Y'all hold on. Let me play this intro for y'all so Bruce can get it. Oh man. Let me play that intro for Bruce. Yeah, Bruce put some work on that. Bruce put some work into that intro, family. So let me just play this real quick for y'all boys. Let me play that intro. This is the new BLB intro, so y'all, I want y'all to enjoy that. This is what Bruce did. Yo, shout out to Bruce for the intro, man. When y'all need an intro, when you start your channel, make sure y'all tap in. Thanks for everybody for rocking with the BLB. Thank y'all for coming in. We ain't fucking playing no more, man. We ain't playing no more. We're going to give y'all some information. We're going to give y'all some love. We're going to show y'all where to go, how to do it. We're going to show y'all how to be outside and get a little culture, understand what's happening. August, we're in Cartagena. We're doing the black tours, the slave tours. We're doing a whole bunch of tours and some fuckery. Be clear. You got to do a little bit of both. That's how you be considered a traveler. When you dabble into the culture and then you get a little fuckery too, the fuckery's there. They're not even, the group chat that I got together, they're not even talking about the fuckery. They understand that that's there. They just, hey, we want to go here, we want to go there, we want to go there. We want to make sure that where we stay is nice for this, right? They already said that. So, I mean, do that. Get inside. But more importantly than anything, guys, make sure you're paying attention to what type of chica you're dealing with outside the States. If you are not a pro shooter, oh, your birthday's on the 21st of August, man, J Mitch, you need to be with me. You need to be with me. I'm gonna hit you offline to see what you can do. But y'all need to be with me. You need to be with me. Hopefully when we go over there. A couple of my family members is going. I know my brother's going. We got a couple family members going. So y'all understand what type of women you're dealing with and understand what you want to get out of it. Don't be willy-nilly and jump into something because you did something. Now, can you successfully have a relationship in a program? Yeah, there's some guys that bagged up a pro joint and is living great with them. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It depends on that woman's mentality and if the game is really gone for her. You know what I'm saying? The game is really out of there. But the one factor that is necessary for her to get up out of the game is a financial stability. If she finds a financial stability, then she's going to go. But you got to understand that she's with you for that. Because I don't care how you slice it, ladies and gentlemen. If you look like Shrek or if you look like somebody that just got kicked out of the PLPU, you hear me? If you look like somebody that just got kicked out of the PLPU, and you think you're gonna bag a baddie, you're gonna be sadly mistaken because baddies are really not rocking with the Shrek. They really, I mean, you ain't gonna see no dude. Remember the dude, who's the dude? B Dubs. The dude B Dub. B Dub brought a girl to Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, wherever he brought her. But she was a baddie. And she was with B-Dub, but B-Dub was paying 100% of everything, and he's sending checks. You gonna be that dude sending checks if you ain't handsome. I know you probably feel, oh my God, she's talking to me, she's giving me attention, but there's an ulterior motive. If you're a dude that never came outside, was never in them streets, never caught a case, none of that, and you live right, and you a nerdy dude, you square, I understand that they're going because what you got. You got to find somebody that loves you for you and don't care about that. And there's ways to vet that. And if you need that help to understand, because there's a lot of guys that hit me up on Instagram, that hit me up on TikTok, that hit me up on YouTube, and we sidebar and they send me messages that they get from their girls and say, BLB, what you think? I don't share that information with nobody. That's just for me and that person, and then I'll read through it and I'll say, ask this, ask that, see what that is, and I'll say, all right, just keep with it, or I'll say, stay cautious with it, or I'll give you the real honest truth. You know what I'm saying? What happened to B-Dubs? Haven't seen him. I don't know. B-Dubs, that girl probably took all his money. Because she was definitely out of his wheelhouse, and he knew it. B-Dub is. When I grew up in the 90s, there was this series of movies called Nerds, right? B-Dubs was one of those dudes. B-Dub was Nerds, right? So B-Dub started dabbling into the space, to the fast game. He game into the fast game, and he got taken advantage of. I'm pretty sure B-Dubs he's either overpaying for shorty or she done left him for the highest bidder. So that's what it is. After this, dude, yeah, he's wild as hell. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for rocking with me. Please tune in for the next broadcast. We're going to bring you something exciting like this again and give y'all a different taste of this travel space. Give y'all some information. That's all I try to do. I do this from my heart. I don't do this for a paycheck. Do it from my heart. So I hope y'all enjoyed the broadcast. Please hit the likes on your way out. If somebody else comes into the broadcast, please hit the likes. And that's all I have to say. Thank you to the PLPU. Thank you to all the people in the chat. Thank you to Bruce for the intro and the thumbnails. I appreciate that, little brother, a lot. And we out of here. I'll see y'all next time.